What's up, y'all? How's it going? Good to see you. Good to see you. Hey, Haley, are you able to hear me? My sound check person? How are you doing today? Check 1 2 1 2. Enigma. There's Chad Rev Art. There's our co-host right there. Let's bring that dude up. See what we got. Invitation. Accepts it, y'all. See if he'll come on our show, man. We might get Chad Rev Art on here.
Whoa, what's up?
What it do?
How's it going, sir?
Good. You look good. You sound clear.
Awesome. I got everything reset. Hopefully it'll all
Nice.
work nice.
Nice.
Do
Nice.
my Mr. Rogers change of the glasses for the old Tic Tac.
Dirty said somebody stole some wire.
Wire.
Stole some wire. That's why all the Tic Tacs were down, all the internets were down. Somebody stole all the wire. W-I-R-E. You may
Oh.
not understand my pronunciation, but that's what I was saying.
Oh. Yeah, it's those tweakers and that copper wire. You can't leave it alone. You gotta
Man, how are
guard
you
it.
doing today, my friend?
Doing well, man. Got a little work in earlier. I got to see the family for a few minutes beforehand, before the show. What's up,
Whew,
Haley Beth?
I feel like I slid in here on two wheels just to get it all together. So here's the thing,
Uh-huh.
man. I
Oh,
only sent out a couple
no.
shares, so
No
thank you.
things. We don't know
So
things.
feel free to share. I didn't send out any shares. I didn't put it. I've been rushing around.
Guys,
So
share it out, guys.
we're gonna talk about my trip to Milwaukee, and there's a whole
Oh,
bunch to talk about
God.
there. We're gonna talk about the Tiffany project, and we're gonna talk about what's going on with John Doty. And holy smokers, is that a lot going
Doty!
on? Doty, the man.
Thank you, Kat. Hi, Kat. What's
Hello,
up, Laura
everybody in the
Beth?
chat. Please forgive me.
Whitney!
Thank you, Chad. You're in charge of doing the shout outs
Hi,
today, okay?
Chip. I'm going to shout a bunch of people out right over you. Esme,
And do
Vicky.
them while I'm talking. That'll work, man.
I'm
'cause
gonna
I gotta cover
right
a lot
over,
of ground today.
right
You
over the
got this
top of
figured
you.
out. Absolutely. Like
Yeah,
you're the guy in my ear talking to me while I'm
yeah.
talking to
There
you.
you
You
go.
got me?
Lens,
Good
what
to see all
up?
you amazing people in here. Thanks for stopping in. See you, Lids Creative. See you, Haley. Seen you, Whitney. Seen you, Chip. See you, Enigma, Natasha. All you beautiful,
Everybody.
beautiful people. SA Artistries. Cat.
SA,
Dirty. And I'm sure I missed
SA,
somebody. Hope
Weekend
y'all.
Woosaw.
What's up, MCT Forever? Good to see you, Vicky B. Good to see you. Thank you. Appreciate that. Thank you. So here's what we got today. We got Milwaukee. We got the Tiffany Project. We got some odds and ends, some stuff to go over real quick. I'm probably going to have to go through it fast to make sure we get through the content because we got Eve's Artistry on today. She's the lady that did that right there. And that is
Yo.
one of her least favorite paintings, but I have it and I like it. So, and no, I've never seen the movie. So,
Hi, Eves.
we're working on that. Art for Autism is in the house. Appreciate you sharing that, Art for Autism. Going to talk about you a good bit here pretty shortly. So, here we go. Sorry for multiple posts this morning. We're trying to make several
No,
things
he's
happen at
not.
one time, and
He's
we're
not
trying.
sorry.
Thank you, painting, and we're trying to get Doty's stuff organized. So I put out some content this morning that had some instructional information in it, and I put his song behind it, and it got muted. So we were working on that. Ezra was helping me with that, and that's why I put up that content this afternoon so that Ezra could get a read on how things were going. So thank you to Ezra. I appreciate you doing that, man. You're always behind the scenes getting bashed, but he's actually always back there working
676.
hard. So appreciate
Yeah.
that. That's what's going on there. Enigma and Dizzy. I haven't seen Dizzy, but if she's in the chat, I was supposed to mail Dizzy a hat to burn, and I was supposed to mail Enigma some stuff this week, and I didn't get it done yet, and I'm
Hi,
sorry.
Tiffany.
It's been pretty busy, so
Rick the
I've been
News.
running pretty good. Chad's doing my shout out. Good to see you, Rick. Thank you for stopping in. So that gets us to the first part. Eve, I'm excited about having Eve on today, man. She's cool people. I've known her as long as I've known you on this app. She was right up there, like before the Gin Project show and all that. Thank you so much, Adam. Appreciate it, man. Uh, so I'm excited to have her on. She's a cool lady. She's been through some stuff in her life. Had a kind of a Tiffany situation where she's got her master's. She was about to get her teaching gig going on, and then COVID hit. So
Smart too, yo.
John Doty's in the chat. I'm going to be doing some talking about him today too.
What a dude.
And I might end up missing some things today, even though I'm rushed. So we're going to try to hit them all, Chad. We're going to try to hit them all, buddy.
Yo.
Some of this information, I
Mosquito.
got new things. I got new stuff in my link tree. Eve's Artistry is now on the link tree. Chad's merch is on the link tree. SA Artistry is on the link tree. Theory of Radio app is on the link tree. And Theory of Radio, if you just want to go watch it online, is on the link tree.
Link tree is what he's getting at.
All you got to do is go to my bio. You can find that information. Gathering information about the artist behind me. If you got art behind me here and you would like to add something into the link tree, send that to me in a DM, and I'll do what I can to make it happen. Okay, Rick. I think that's the housekeeping stuff. I'm sorry I'm missing you guys in the chat. I appreciate y'all.
No, I got this.
Cool, man.
I am chat wrangling.
Every once in a while,
Keeps me out of trouble.
I love them. Every once in a while, I tell them that I love them.
Hey, y'all. He loves you. Not like welcome to Costco, I love you, but like Gin loves y'all.
I do. Damn it, unfortunately. I wish I didn't like y'all. All right, forgive me, my voice goes out. I've been on the phone for about 8 days. So.
Hey, speaking of, last 8 days, I have a severe big question for you. You've been helping this person and this person and this person and this person and organizing for this and this and this and this and this. Have you made any sawdust? Have you done any woodwork in the last, you just said 8 days. 8, I think it's more like 10 to 11 to be honest, because I'm your homie and I keep track of this. Have you made any sawdust in the last 10 days?
I have in the last, a little bit, but not.
All right, y'all. Listen.
Maybe.
Listen. If you don't really need Gin, leave him the F alone for a few days. He didn't say that. I did. He's probably going to get on to me for saying that. He's going to get on to me for saying that, but here's the thing, y'all. This dude works 24/7 for you guys. And he don't make money doing that. He makes money from making sawdust. So, Gin, make some sawdust.
We're gonna get it. We're gonna have to, because I gotta deliver essays to her on time.
If you guys see him creeping around in someone's live supporting everybody, which is what he does, tell him to go make sawdust.
Oh yeah, that's another thing
get
I
needed
to address.
Be like, go and get Frozen.
Which is there are folks out there like Eric the airbrush artist, who we are close with, who we work with quite a bit. And we don't even make it in his lives anymore. So
I know it.
It's nothing personal, I promise.
I
would
know.
rather be hanging out in your lives, I promise. So here's what we got. I got me a fancy new calendar that my wife gave me. And
he changed it. He changed the subject. Tell him to make sawdust if you see him anywhere doing anything other than making sawdust.
Right on. Yes,
there.
Do that.
If it's not his show or my show, even if he's on a flow state, if there's not sawdust coming up, tell him, Gin, shut up, quit talking to everybody to make everyone else happy, and make sawdust. We love your sawdust, Gin. We love it. Gin, we love your sawdust.
Thank you, brother.
Okay, carry on then.
I do like making sawdust. You do make a good point, sir. I appreciate you.
Carry on.
Today on the calendar, we got Eve's Artistry. She's going to be on today. On the 15th, in a couple of weeks, I'm going to leave where I live here in Western North Carolina. I'm going to jump on an airplane over in Asheville at 6 o'clock in the morning, Saturday morning, and I'm going to fly up to Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And a friend of mine's going to pick me up there, Flash Gordon. And I'm going to go to the big gala that they have going on. So for that, it is, there's a lot of information. So I met Flash probably 6 or more months ago on here, early on. And he was articulating this idea or this need that he saw, and this connection that could be made between artists and a need in a special needs community, and how there might be a nexus there. So he and Petra's Palette, proceeded to act, to put a plan in together. And that's an impressive feat, because he works full-time and she's full-time mom and has responsibilities and jobs and stuff.
For you guys not familiar with that, that's where, like, once you have talked about something, you actually physically do something in the real world. Just for those of you who don't know.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's what that is. So what happens is, he originally, the concept was to set up this situation to where, like a gallery, think like a gallery, where artists would have a place to sell their product, and whatever the commission that came out of selling their product was going to be used for these Art for Autism awareness idea. And that grew and developed, and fast forwarding, what happened was they ended up with a partnership with the Southeastern Wisconsin Autism Society, and that partnership takes a whole lot of work off the table as far as having to set up an entire another nonprofit. So the entity, the LLC, is set up, the business is set up to be able to take artists' things and sell them, and whatever the commission, now they have a partnership, and it will be with said Southeastern Wisconsin Autism Society. So that's an amazing feat. That's an amazing feat in of itself. They also were putting together a website, and at the beginning of that process, they sent me a link. So I've been able to watch them do that the entire time. And on both of those issues, Flash and I have had multiple conversations. For whatever reason, Flash reached out to me because I had some experience in dealing with that world, the world of autism, and the issues that go along with that. So he also reached out to me because I have a platform that interviews artists. Out of those conversations, there's now an LLC that'll take care of the actual brokering, or whatever the proper term is, selling the art. The entity that would have been a nonprofit is actually a partnership with the Southeastern Wisconsin Autism Society. And that is this gala. That is what this gala is about. So the Southeastern Autism Society puts on a gala every year, and they make a lot of money. And they've already made over 100 and something thousand donuts, and their goal is 300 and something thousand donuts. And our good friend from this very platform, Petra's Palette, is the featured artist for that entire event. Her piece of art that she did for that event has been videoed as she's making the piece of art, and that video is going to be put in a presentation. It is in a presentation at this gala. Flash is also going to be Petra's not even going to be able to go to the gala. Her art is going to be at the gala. At this gala, anybody could donate a piece of art and buy a ticket and go to the gala. Anybody could do that, and they have several different levels of how you would do that. I was fortunate, and I guess since I was from the beginning, they reached out to me and to some other folks that were helping them out along the way, and offered me a seat at the table, because Flash is going to be sitting with the organizers of the event at the $20-something thousand table, which I could never afford to sit at, which is where I was invited to go. So I will be sitting at the table with the event organizers, and watching the presentation, and afterwards there's a meet and greet. So my intention is going to be to go there and to do my best to rep, Art for Autism and what they're trying to do, and the Southeastern Autism Society's function and what they're trying to do, and those of us, the community of us that all are trying to
What we
elevate the
do.
art community on this platform, right? So the idea being that if we are able to get artists in the same room as the people with the
Act
deep pockets,
natural. Ezra
those
just
are the
walked in the
people.
door. Act natural. Act
th-
natural.
those are the people that can buy the art. The people with the deep pockets that can go to events like that are the people that can buy the art. So by getting a partnership with that organization, um, my man Flash has pulled off a big deal for the art community on this platform. Thank you, Ezra. Appreciate you, brother. We were
Thank
just
you.
talking about Ezra. Ezra has been helping all day long in the background, trying to
Yes.
figure out what was going on with that John Doty joint, and it's probably had something to do with the fact that I loaded it through CapCut or something like that. But I got to give him credit. He spent a good bit of his time today trying to figure out to make sure that all works right. Because we got other big things coming. We need them to be. We need to be able to hear our music, don't we, Chad?
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
So I'm gonna get on a plane Saturday morning, the 15th, and I'm gonna
Volta.
fly up there. And all I'm gonna have is my carry-on bag, and I'm gonna run to the event. I'm gonna try to talk about how amazing the art community is on TikTok. I'm gonna try to talk about how amazing it is that Petra and Flash have put together something like this in such a short amount of time. Um, and I happen to know some other information too. And these aren't wealthy people pulling all this stuff off. I'm not saying anybody's poor. I'm just saying that this ain't wealthy donors that are putting together this stuff. So this is average working folks like us who have decided to take some initiative and try to make a difference in somebody's lives. So I'm grateful to them. I really appreciate it. I honestly have not been reading the chat at all, y'all, because I'm trying to keep up with these. I
Duh.
want to make sure I'm not too late on Eve.
Hey,
Um,
quick bit. John Doty says that that track releases at midnight, and that's probably why a new sound is loading of the same song. So there we go.
Got you.
Dreams coming
Thank you,
true. That's
Doty.
right, Rodeo Mom.
Thank you, Doty. I appreciate that information, man. That's super helpful.
Walter.
Thank you. Thank you. So here's the thing, guys. I'm super excited at the opportunity to get to go. I'm very grateful. And to a very large degree, it is all of y'all is the reason that I'm able to go. Is because
Yep.
somehow some dude that
Lo-
had this idea of doing some woodworking on a platform ended up with some other dude doing a show. And now it's carried on Theory of Radio.
What's up,
There's other
Gary?
people that have approached us about carrying it, and now I'm flying to Milwaukee to go to a gala.
Yeah.
And ironically, I spent some years of my life when I was younger working on the very on autism and all its issues and
Thanks,
clients.
Tiffany.
So
Yeah.
anyway, it's a
Y'all
meaningful
light it
thing.
up with Purple Hearts for all against hard work, y'all. For real.
Mm-hmm.
He says it's y'all, it's y'all, it's y'all. But
So,
here's the thing, man.
so,
He's always working for y'all. Light it up
so
with Purple Hearts. This dude works. Straight up on the grind 24/7. No joke. Sorry to interrupt you, dude.
thanks, bro. I
Love
appreciate you,
where
man.
it's
That's very
where
kind
it's
of you.
deserved, man.
Thank you, bro. All right, so
Look at all those Purple Hearts.
um,
Look at that.
thank y'all. Y'all are amazing. Thank you very much. It really is though. It's this community. It's amazing. So here's the next part, and it gets better all the way through. Believe it or not, it just keeps getting better. Um, so thank you to Petra for making me a part of this. Thank you for Flash for making me a part of this. I appreciate you trusting in me over all these months, kind of just to give you feedback. Just Flash, I appreciate it, man. I've learned a lot. I think you've learned a lot,
What up,
and
Eric?
kudos to you, man. You've done a lot of work in a short amount of time, and the fact that I'm going to that event at all and sitting at the table with the organizers is absolutely amazing. It is not
Yeah, it
somewhere I would be
is.
able to afford to go. So, and
Man,
just so
and
we're all aware, just to be clear, I bought my own plane ticket. I bought my own hotel room, and I was an invited guest as a contributor. So I got a seat at the table without having to pay for it. So that's the only reason I'm able to
thank you,
go.
Art for Autism, for that.
I did pay for my plane ticket and I did pay for my hotel room. So just to be clear, so everybody knows where the motivations are coming from. I do not take money from anything related to any of these projects that I'm trying to help with. So The
No.
next one is what I'm calling the Tiffany Project, just to make it easier. As you know, we've been going for months with a friend of mine named Shannon, who's been going through chemotherapy. And
Uh-huh.
Shannon doesn't really have a lot of family. Her mother's in her 80s, and she's got limited resources. Another friend of ours named Richard has been going over there frequently, trying to make appearances. Another friend of ours, Sammy B, went to visit with her. And so, uh, what we're trying to do, Bob Not So Ross, in fact, Bob Not So Ross has helped with all three of these projects, but Bob Not So
Bob.
Ross has made some art and is already getting uh, confirmation of donations for that program that they are running, which is uh, when Shannon has to have her mastectomy and potentially a hysterectomy. I'm not sure about that yet. Tiffany is going to fly from Washington to Ohio. Thank you, Spurs. And
Spurs.
when she gets to Ohio, which will be like a week before the surgery, she's going to spend some time with Shannon, and then after the surgery, she's going to stay there and help Shannon. And this is an absolutely amazing thing that she is doing. What a wonderful human being. She's arranging with her husband and her kids. I mean, she's got a family. So she's going to fly. She's going to take care of one of our friends on TikTok. And each one of these events is an example of why when people tell you that the shit on TikTok isn't real, we can prove them wrong. Because every one of these things is taking place in real time and space. And that's the point.
Reaching
So,
outside of TikTok.
so Tiffany, um, Bob Not So Ross has made some beautiful art. It's going to be available. Everybody's going to be able to do a waffle and kick in some donuts. And somebody's going to come up with a nice piece of
God,
art.
you're making me hungry.
So we are, after this show, we're going to have a meeting regarding that, and we're going to try to have some more information available the next time I come out and talk to you. Bob's already got some content out. You can check it out. And just so you
Hi,
know, Bob
Nightmare.
Not So Ross has been behind the scenes helping with all three of these projects you hear me talk about.
Hello,
Um,
precious mead.
so, um,
Nightmare, we were just talking about you, dear.
we were just talking about you, Nightmare. You missed your segment. Dadgummit. But
I
what
do
the
love
segment was
waffles and
about,
donuts.
just to reiterate, is Eve's Artistry is going to be on today, and we love her, and she's amazing, and that's her picture right there. What you
Yay,
also missed
yay.
was that I'm getting on a plane and I'm going to Milwaukee, and in Milwaukee, I'm going to support Art for Autism and the Southeastern Wisconsin Autism Society, and do my best to talk about how great an artists there are on this platform. So fast forward, Bob Not So Ross did some art. Tiffany's going to be traveling to where you are
Yes,
like the week
Spurs.
before and then try to stay afterwards. And there is a waffle that is going to happen where people are going to kick in donuts and they're going to be able to
What
get
up,
some Bob
MK?
Not So Ross art. Cool? You're caught up now, Shannon. All right. Now,
Naha!
I've only got
Ta-da!
about 22 minutes to get for the rest of it, and then we're going to have these artistries on. Chad, am I
Nightmare,
missing
that's
anything so
awesome.
far, brother?
Nightmare, that is awesome. No. No.
What's
I
awesome?
have a quick, you catch your breath. Nightmare is eating again. That's great.
Mm, that is awesome. Right? I got it all over my face. Right. And she's laughing right now. Right on, Nightmare. You know we love you, sister. Right on.
Yep.
Thank you, Ida.
Yes, we
Thank you.
do. Yes, we do.
Cat Art, I hope you are feeling okay. I know that, Cat Art has more scars on her than I have. For reals, y'all. Unbelievable. Hope you're feeling okay, Cat. Nothing but love for you, lady.
Yeah,
And you,
100.
Nightmare. Begrudgingly,
100%.
Nightmare. I guess you're all right.
What
All
up,
right.
DC?
So, the next thing we got to go
Chops.
over
Mm.
is Mr. Doty, if he's still in the house.
Doty
Now,
is here. I saw him say something just a second ago. I think he's still here. What up, Art?
I'll go back and hit on any of the things that I missed, and I'll tell you more about Miss Eve's Artistry and what we got going on there. But
Doty,
here's
you
where we're
here?
at on
Put
the
your hand
Mr.
up.
Doty situation. So,
Put your
Mr.
hand up.
Doty was on the show last week. And when he came on the show last week, He
Uh-huh.
was amazing. He was incredible. He was the incredible guy we already
Yeah.
knew that he was. And y'all got to see it. And a bunch of artists started doing art for him. And I have sent a lot of pictures out. I've had a lot of people contact me. I've gotten back in contact with them. And there were so many people making art, which is great. And if more want to do it, please do. That
Awesome.
Chad and I had to come up with a plan. So here's what we got. If you missed the
That's what we
video
do.
earlier or it got taken down, here's what's happening. So Chad is going to divert the mail. I have a
Dun-dun.
address here for you that Chad. I'm gonna turn things over to Chad here in just a minute. But and he's gonna give this address that I have and all that kind of thing. So what's gonna happen is the art that you create, we're asking that you ship it to this PO box that we're gonna give you, and Chad is going to collect this. Chad has set up this PO box. He's going to collect this art, and he's made arrangements with a litho printing in Joplin, Missouri.
Yes.
And would you mind explaining? I mean, I know the basics. We're going to scan it. We're going to digitize it, high quality. You're going to be able to drop it into it. But could you tell us a little bit about what's going to happen right there?
All right. Here's the skinny, y'all. You're gonna mail it to my PO box. Chad Rev Art, P.O. Box 364, Dunaweg, Missouri. I don't even remember the zip code there. We probably need to type it in.
64841.
64841. If you need
And
it,
that DUENWEG.
yes. What up, native? So yes, you are going to, can we send digital copies? Yes, you may, Kat. And if you do that, you can either send it to me and or John Doty. Because the digital copies are pretty much ready to be tossed into his merch. So what I'm going to do when your art hits my P.O. box is I'm going to snag it. I'm going to take it over to Litho Printing here in Joplin, Missouri, and I will put up some content about that because that is where I get all my art prints done, all the business cards, and they do stuff for people all over the nation. So if you guys are interested in that, it's family business here. You can keep that held down. I'm going to take it over there. They're going to do a really, really high-res scan of it. I didn't even get the whole question out of my mouth and asking for the help, and they're yes. So, and then when that happens, I will take the digital copy and I will email one to Doty. And I will also use those to populate his merchandise shop that's about to drop, okay? And then once we get, a handful of them together, 3, 4, 5, I will box them all up. And then Gann and I will make sure they get shipped to Doty down in the old Arkansas. And make sure you get them. So, is that thorough enough? Does anybody have any questions?
Thank you, brother. So,
Yeah, no problem.
Yes, he is. So Chad has gone out of his way. He's made all these arrangements, and this is a way. The point of this, folks, is if we can get his account set up, he has a passive source of income. This art, instead of sitting in the trunk of his car or wherever he's at, will be digitized to be able to use it as cover art or as logos or as whatever. The artists that are sending this in, of course, they wouldn't send it without permission. So make sure, we have your permission to use it. Let us know if we receive it. The plan is to digitize it and to put it in this merch shop and make it available. And every single penny goes to him. We're going to help him set up the account. And then, thank you, Darcy. After the account is set up, it's his. We have nothing to do with that part. We are not making a single penny. In fact, we're spending money and time and resources. So please, if you're able, send it to that address. I know there's one person that was going to have an issue with sending it potentially. Contact me.
No real deadline, Jay.
And yes, if you have the capability of getting it scanned and sending it to Chad, that's even better. But
yeah.
we also will help get the stuff to Doty. So
Yep. If it needs to
Anyway,
be scanned, make sure it gets to me. I guess that's the bottom line. If you can scan it, email me the digital copy, send Odie the hard copy, whatever. But if it needs to be scanned for his merch, send it to me. And if you didn't catch that, P.O. Box 364, Donoweg, Missouri. Spelled thusly. Duenweg, Missouri. And that zip is again
841.
64841. Hey, Dodie, we got you, man.
I'd also like to thank you for commenting on, those of you I hadn't even had a chance to get back to it yet, for commenting on that experimental post I did. Ezra asked me to make that post so that he could get some data and figure out what's going on so that we make sure that Dodie's stuff will play when we need it to play. So thank you so much again, Ezra, for that, man. Appreciate you for coming through, dude. And that's pretty much my experience with Ezra is when I need him, I reach out and he handles it. So thank you, brother. Appreciate you, man. So, Chad. Woo!
Yes, sir.
That was a lot of information, man. I think, anyway.
Sorry, I'm typing in the P.O. box right now.
So here's what else we got going on. So let's talk about some of our friends.
Oh, man, I screwed it up. Sorry, guys. Don't pay attention to that one.
So we got on the 18th of June, Tuesday the 18th, we got Kyra Wilson Art, man, and I'm looking forward to that because she makes some amazing stuff, man.
Yes.
Woo. And also, if y'all haven't figured out yet, I pretty much schedule about 4 to 6 weeks at a time. I usually leave one open date in there in case we need to shuffle somebody or do something or add something or whatever. So I do it in cycles. Right now, I have a sheet with 20-something names on it that are people that are, let's say, eligible to get to the show. So, for lack of a better way to put it. The show that Chad did the other day, the 13-minute window.
Screen cap that, dummies, real quick. There's the P.O. box. Sorry. I didn't want to interrupt you, but there you go.
We got folks that can pin it too, hopefully.
Yep.
But Chad was, help me, man. I lost my track right there.
We were talking about the window interviews.
Oh, yes. Chad was kind enough to have me help him with those. Of course, I was on the show already, so he kind of didn't have a choice. He's kind of stuck.
That's a me and you thing, dummy.
I said that out loud. Well,
yes.
Your new skin suit looks so good, I forget that you're an alien these days. So yes, that covers that, I think, right?
Yeah, we posted. I posted up the window interviews, both of them, from Babs and from the Graves Collective.
And you posted those up on the wares on the.
They're right here as content, and I'm going to turn around and put them up as YouTube videos as well.
So if you make your way onto that 13-minute window, my buddy Chad here and I will give you an interview. Your content will go up somewhere. You'll be able to pull from that kind of stuff if you would choose to do so. So that's another way to try to get some folks through. We're kicking around some other ideas to try to get some other folks through. It's just I do one show a week, and it's tough to fit everybody in. So we're working as hard as we can to do that. We also try to take people from all the different communities, because the point of building up the art community is to start connecting all these different segments of it. So that people are working together, helping each other out. Those that are willing to, those that aren't, that's okay, do their thing, whatever. But those that are willing to kind of join up and help out and work together, collaborate on some of this stuff, we're starting to try to get events together and get people in real spaces. So the gala is the 15th. On the following weekend, the 22nd, which is a Saturday, my wife and I will be traveling down to Atlanta to go to the event that SA Artistry is doing. If you remember, she won furthest, and firster, and furthermost first last time. I think she got like the top 5 categories or whatever. I might be exaggerating a little bit, but she did get first. So we're going to go down there and support SA. I don't know if Chad's going to be allowed to be involved this time or not. I think so. I guess that's up to SA. So I'd like to have him along, but he does stir up a ruckus sometimes.
Sometimes. Ruckus, ruckus. Amok, amok,
So,
amok, amok,
so
amok.
I would hope that on Saturday the 22nd, you folks would go on your lives in the evening time. I think the event is 5:30 Eastern, and give some support to SA Artistries. I will be there. My wife will be there. You won't get to see my wife, but I'll be there. So you got
I
to
might
settle
be
for me.
there.
And then, for those of you that don't know, on August the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, Creek
Thank you, Enigma.
Fest is in Knoxville, Tennessee, and Aaron Hammond and Ambassador Hanson are going to be at that festival. So I'm going to
Handsome.
travel over to Knoxville and go meet up with Aaron and Hanson, and we haven't worked out them details yet, but we'll figure it out. So that's part of the point, is to build up communities so that we are able to operate and help each other out. For example, if you happen to live somewhere where there's an art gallery that might have a particular style, and you
What
come
up,
across
Triple?
somebody on this platform that has that style, you might be able to advocate for that person. See if maybe you could get them the information. Hey, here's what you got to do to get in this place. Here's what I know about the area. Here's what I know about, maybe you could give them some information that would help them do that. So that's what we're
What
trying
up,
to
Angel
do.
Tony?
We're trying to stitch together a variety of communities from within the art world, and outside the art world, to be able to put on events, to be able to be in control of our own destiny, to not have to depend on some venues or some sponsors or some whatever. If we do it ourselves, then we get the majority of the benefits from it. So part of all the work that this man right here, and he was giving me all kinds of credit earlier, but he's up every minute that I am doing all the same stuff that I'm doing. Well, not the same stuff, but other stuff at the same time. And so you guys to me
Yeah.
are worth it, and I appreciate it. Now I know that every once in a while there's negativity, and I get it. But the one statement I'm going to make about that is, we always recommend and ask that you please not engage, because there's just people that are going to do that sometimes. And I would personally ask that please don't be hateful to anyone in my name, because I don't want to be hateful to anyone. So don't get upset at someone that did something to me and then be hateful to them, because that's not what I want. That's not what I'm looking for. I want everybody. Look, I've had to work with people before for long periods of time that we didn't get along, but we were able to be professional, do our job, look out for each other. We didn't want anybody to get hurt. We want everybody to go home to their families. We didn't want anybody's reputations damaged. So we can all operate like adults, look out for each other, and and don't get involved in other people's drama if you can help it. And if most of you have seen what happens when it comes to me, I'm not going to say much about it publicly. I'll have a conversation with the team of people that I work with, and we'll come up with strategy, and I'll do what we agree to do. So
DeVito.
be kind to each other, look out for each other. Davino, brother, good to see you, man. Appreciate you, sir. So if your first look, I understand sometimes your first instinct is to react, but I'm just going to throw in a weekly reminder. Every week, I'm going to throw in a reminder. Hey, look, we're trying to be kind to each other. We're trying to help each other out. We're trying to work together. Angel Tony, good to see you. Thank you. Davino, good to see you, brother.
What up, T?
So, we also, let me throw Bob out there again. Bob Not So Ross
Bob,
also did a painting for
don't
Lady Shine's
don't
event this
don't
past
throw
weekend.
him. We don't want to hurt
So,
him.
so did SA Artistries, and so did Heartless. Heartless, SA Artistries, and Bob Not So Ross all did paintings for that event for Lady Shine this weekend, which was a wonderful thing for them to do. And they did it in the name of helping aid in the unhoused situation, and
See
to
you,
feed
Spurs.
people. Bye, Spurs. Thank you. And to feed folks. So there's another example where SA Artistry's name comes up behind the scenes helping people. Same with Bob Not So Ross. Not to
Uh
mention the
huh.
fact, not to mention the fact that SA Artistries also is working on a huge project of her own, and not to mention the fact that she also had some other smaller projects going on where she's helping other people out. She even put out content asking people to do help with the logos for John Doty. So as you know, she has the ongoing messages trying to figure stuff out, and she's working her butt off too. So, and Painting at Tiffany's is trying to put a whole trip together from Washington to Ohio. So, in my opinion, these are all quality people working really hard trying to do the right thing for other people.
True story.
My hat's off to you guys. Y'all, I'm losing my voice, and I'm sorry, but you guys are amazing. It's unbelievable. So this week, look, last week we mentioned John Doty's name. This week we're having to figure out how to organize to get his art. We brought him on the show. He showed everybody how amazing he is and what a great guy he is and how talented he is and how he keeps that positive thing. You know, it's hard some days. And I appreciate people like Haley and Cat Art and Enigma, you know, Eric, that reach out, message every once in a while. Hey, you good? You need anything? What's happening? Or when I light it up and do a flow state or something, they're there. So I appreciate y'all. Y'all don't get nearly enough credit. Y'all are amazing, and it really is kind of an unreal experience. So thank you for that. I just got a message. That's probably from Ezra saying something really smart.
He was probably like, hey, again, if you could turn down the stupid knob on your show, we'd all appreciate it.
Yeah.
Oh, my.
So we got about 4 minutes before we're going to bring up
4
my
minutes.
friend here.
What up, MJ?
Thank you, Jeff Sart. Appreciate y'all. Look, everybody in the chat that I didn't shout out today, please forgive me. I'm sorry. I wanted to get through those 3 events. And it's hard to do, brother. It's hard to do. So we're going to get Eve's Artistry up here pretty soon. And let me just say, I mean this in all sincerity. She was the first piece of art besides Project Zeros that I got in here. Those came in around the same time. And Eve has been supportive of what we've been trying to do from the very beginning. She'd come in our lives and support us. And even furthermore, I used to go in her lives a lot. And as things got busier and busier, she's one of the people who I hardly see anymore. I never make it in her lives. And she has not one time, not once, not ever complained, not ever said a word. All she's ever said is, we got you, do your thing, I'll do my thing. We'll meet up when we get up. So I'm really grateful to Eve, and I really appreciate the way she does things. And she has some really cool shows. She does some stuff that I really enjoy, actually. You know, she does Double Trouble with Coach. She does her Triple Treat. She does her Quad Squad. It's all creative. It's all creative people. It's very thoughtful. It's very informative. And I'm excited that she's coming on. Eve's been through some things, and anybody that knows Eve knows that she can go a mile a minute, right? So it's gonna be my job and Chad's job to make sure that we keep her comfortable and give her the proper respect that's due. And I would like to ask the moderators that are in the chat at the moment, right now, once again, we have a zero bullshit policy. Do not say anything negative about Eve, or we will throw your ass out of here yesterday.
Permanently.
So, just to be clear, I appreciate all y'all, all the moderators. I know that y'all already know what to do, but Eve is an amazing human being. And like Chad, like me, like a couple other people on here, like Davino, Eve takes some arrows now and then for no damn good reason. So Eve's a friend of mine. She's not. I know you do. I know you do. I'm just glad you're roaming around on our side. Holy cow, you're dangerous. So if we could, would y'all please send Eve Artistry up? We're going to do our customary mic check and our customary greetings, and I'm going to tease with Eve a little bit right here, because I actually have her artist statement. So I'm going to Ganify it for you, if you don't mind.
You're going to Ganify Eve?
There she is. Can we hear you, Eve?
I don't know, can you?
Yes, we can. How are you doing
Yeah.
today?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good.
Yeah?
I'm yeah, I'm a little verklempt. I'm reading all these comments and all my peeps are in here and everyone's being so supportive and saying kind things and it's just making me very, very in the feels. They're putting me in the feels right now.
Would you rather me say kind, funny things about you with you in the big box or with you in the little box?
You want to box me up? You can box me up into the big box. I don't care.
Uh,
Whatever you want to do.
I want to put you in the big box, but I want you to be comfortable. I want to make sure everything works right here. There she is, y'all. There she
Welcome in, Eve.
is, my
I'm
dear
lowering this a
friend
little bit.
Eve.
There we
Oh
go.
my goodness. You see what I
Oh,
have in my hands,
great.
Eve?
What?
Let me tell you. Let me tell you. See what I have in my hands here? The
My
back of a
artist
white sheet of
statement.
paper. I do, and I'm gonna, if with your permission, I'm gonna get it up a little bit. Is that all right?
And you guys light it up with red hearts while Gin does this. For
Please,
Eve, light
please,
it up with
please
red
give my
hearts.
dear friend Eve some red hearts. And the screenshot crew, do your thing. Y'all know what to do. So, who you have in your screen right here, ladies and gentlemen, is a Jersey girl, if I'm not mistaken.
Water.
I mean, the accent doesn't tell me, but so as we can tell, she's always had an active imagination, right? Anybody that knows Eve knows that she has an amazing imagination, and when she was very young, she read a lot and she drew a lot, and that was kind of her thing. So I can picture little Eve sitting in there, drawing away, reading away, and it turns out she goes on to get a master's in education. So the reading paid off. She's a bright lady, and for those of you that didn't realize that, she is a well-educated, very bright human being. Uh, well, then at about the age of 12, y'all, I love this part now. At about the age of 12, she would watch Bob Ross's Joy of Painting show, and she watched it faithfully. And she got inspired to paint, and she started painting with acrylics. And she had an elective each year in high school that was art, and then she had a couple art courses in college, and she went on to get her degree in education and her master's in education. And like I said, she's a really smart lady, but she went for a long time trying to make acrylics look like oils because she didn't know that Bob Ross was an oil painter. So the
Oh
reason her
no.
style looks the way it looks is that when she began her journey in painting, she was trying to duplicate oil painting with acrylics. And that's why her style is so
Damn.
damn dope. I love it. I love it. Is
Yeah.
that accurate, E? Is that accurate?
It is very true. I didn't find out Bob was a wet on wet oil painter technique thing until probably my late 20s. So I was already
Right?
painting for like 20 years and I just found that out. I was like, oh, no wonder.
That's incredible. And that's it. That's that style that you have though. That's got to be part of it. So So she's self-taught because she's just had a smattering of what civilized art courses, I guess you might say, or sanctioned art courses, you might say.
Art with
Um,
rules. Art with rules, right?
she yes, and she's used her master's degree. Now she is another person that, like Tiffany, our dear friend, she was right at the culmination of about to begin her teaching career in a full-time capacity, rather than a substitute capacity, and COVID hit. So that put her into a totally different situation. So she has been through the highs, the lows, been kicked, all of it. And she, like my brother right down here, and like so many others who have sat in that seat, came through that and still a positive person, and still is always trying to help other people, and still is so kind and so compassionate and such a thoughtful person. She she is another one of those folks that reach out every once in a while. And I appreciate that. That is kind of you. I really do appreciate that. And that is an example of who you are. You are one of those folks who go out of your way to help. And I'm grateful for that. So you can find her on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Etsy, and probably on the same starship that Chad came on. So if you notice her molting out of her skin suit,
Is my zipper right? Is my skin
your zipper's good. It's looking good at the moment. It's looking good. Now,
The
obviously
overlords are happy.
you paint what you feel. So your art encompasses like every style, and it's usually full of vibrant colors, and you really can't categorize it in like a one modality. And that's how you like it. That's where you want it to be. Is that accurate?
Yeah, I don't unfortunately, it works against me as far as people say, because when you have one modality and you paint the same thing or same type of thing over and over and over, it's easier for the masses to recognize that, hey, that's a so and so. For me, I did pull some pieces out showing the variety of my artwork, but I don't fit in a box. Never fit in a box. People tried to put me in a box.
Well, you're in a rectangle.
Yeah, well, box right now in my studio.
I got you in a rectangle finally, Eve.
I don't know about this rectangle.
Now I'm gonna do the business.
Right? But it's more like he's more of a trapezoid. I'm shooting over on this point and then over here on that point, and it's always everybody likes how creative I am, and like you could tell me 2 sentences and all of a sudden I got like a picture in my head, and we're gonna run with it. And so thank you guys so much for all the gifts and the love and the hearts, and you guys are flooring me right now. Holy crap, I'm freaking tearing up and shit.
You are worth every second of it. You are worth every second.
Suck it up.
Every second of it. Enjoy it, Eve. Enjoy it. For real. Seriously. I mean, you're the one that's always showering other people with love. Today's your day. Today's your day.
Thank you guys so much.
So you do all this cool stuff. We'll get there. We'll bounce around probably when we're talking about your art and stuff. But you've been through your personal battles. You've been pretty public about that. You deal with depression, and I've been pretty public about. I understand that. That's been in my family as well, and Chad as well. And that makes it even more amazing to me that you're such a positive person, because I know how hard it can be to try to hide and put that smile on, and it's a tough road to hoe, and for you to be available to people the way that you are, and for you to be so kind that you are, it is just so heartwarming, Eve. It really is. It really is, and you should get credit for that. You really should.
Thanks. Well, I'm a big believer. Unfortunately, MI, mental illness, still has a stigma. And, I was diagnosed, we'll get into the deep stuff right off the bat, but that's cool. I was diagnosed a long time ago with bipolar, and the brat that I am, I'm like, everybody's got bipolar. They tell everybody that's their diagnosis, and you know what I mean. Like I was just like, that's not me. I couldn't possibly be me. And then I'm sitting in I've had to do crisis units. I've had to do intensive outpatient things throughout my life, and I'm sitting there rocking and rolling with the counselor, and when I was talking about being in the trapezoid, anybody who doesn't know what bipolar is, you're manic and you're depressive at the same time. And I don't know, you guys might know the cartoon, but you ever watch Ricochet Rabbit, and he's like, ping, ping, ping.
Yes, absolutely. So
that's this.
Right.
Yeah. And Sorry.
Flowers.
Shiny.
Y'all are amazing. Thank y'all for doing
and
that. Thank y'all.
and like I was saying, unfortunately, you know, when you're depressed, when you're finding it hard to get out of bed and hard to shower and hard to take on a task and just, you know, everything is an extra effort. So you're already fighting a fight just to do simple things in your life. And you know, and people will turn around and be like, you're lazy, you're this, you're that, you know, all these negative connotations, all these negative things to say. And you're not any of that. You're just somebody that has mental illness and you're trying to get yourself better and you're not alone. And that's why I wanted to talk about it, because so many people, you know, it tells you you're alone. It tells you you're a big piece of.
You're not.
Yeah.
If you were, you're not now.
No, thank you guys. So yeah, yeah, exactly, Sammy B. So it works against you and trying to stay positive, and then you shoot off into
Thank
the
you,
other
Sammy.
direction, which, you know, I told Jen, I said, Jen, reel me in, because then I'll be here, and here.
And I said, I deal with Chad every day. We're good. No worries.
It's
Exactly.
true. It's
You
very
know,
true.
so I mean, I don't know
No,
how
it's
many
easy,
times.
man.
I don't know how many times I was live and somebody asked me a question, and in like 3 ticks, I already forgot. I'm like, if I forgot, just tell me again. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, me too. You heard me ask Chad earlier. I got stuck for a second. I
Yeah.
got to verify. I got a puzzle piece, y'all. Look at that. They own me. They own me, y'all.
Well, that's
There, we
puzzling.
got that puzzle piece out of the way quick this time.
Wow.
It
I
plagues
haven't had
me.
one in several lives. Now now it creeped up on me. Snuck up on me. So
It follows
here's the thing.
me. Puzzle piece.
There's
Anyway, you
this
mentioned my.
nexus.
I was going to show you my pieces of paper since you brought them
Oh.
up.
Okay.
So I have, there's the associates, there's the bachelors, and then there is my master's. And the master's is in education. So, like you touched on before, I was born to teach. I believe that wholeheartedly. And like you said, you know, I was en route to be a teacher until good old, you know, Rona happened. And but then the universe had other ideas, because three different things from totally different areas in my life turned around and said, you need to go virtual. And so that's what I did. And thank you guys so much for all the kind words. And I've been doing that on Facebook for about since lockdown. So every Friday night on Facebook at 7 p.m. I teach a painting, or I teach a concept, like
Friday at 7.
Friday
night
yes,
at 7 p.m.
Easter.
Which Eastern time? 7 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah, and on Facebook, though, I'm the longest name in hell. I'm Eve's Creations Paint Party. Because, you know what? Why not be like the kicker of a football team? Just have the name go all the way across the back.
Why not? Why not, Eve?
You know what I'm saying? But if you
I
hit,
do. That's awesome.
right, Gronkowski and the eyes over his arm, you know, shit like that. So, but if you hit the little Instagram icon in my profile, it'll give you Instagram, it'll give you YouTube, and that's the name on Facebook.
Right on. Eve's Creation Paint Party at Gmail is her email address if you need to use that. She does has an Etsy page, which we're going to talk about. She has some brushes available, which come along with some lessons, which we're going to get into. We might have something in store regarding that. And I'm imagining having lessons from someone with your qualifications and sense of humor is probably pretty fun. So,
Well, I don't. when we're all painting together, especially me and I call. By the way, guys, I call everybody the wrong name. That's Jen.
Thank you,
I
Cindy.
finally got Chad's down probably about a month ago. I was calling him Chaz, and Jen's like it's Chad.
Chaz and Jizz. Chaz
I never
and Jin,
caught it.
I mean, Chaz
You
and
just
Jin.
said
Chaz and Jizz. Chaz and Jin.
you still can't get it. Oh, here it goes. Here it goes. We're
just
gonna
got
catch
banned.
Ezra.
We
Ezra, it
just
won't be
got
the first
banned.
ones of the
It's
day.
over. I'm done. Go ahead.
It's-
Go ahead,
it's-
Ezra. Pull the plug.
Chad, it's because I'm here, so Jen's in the wrong scope of
I
mine.
got all excited. Chad.
didn't
It
get all-
sounds like a hit show, though, Chad and Jim.
Jazz and Jin. Yeah, that sounds perfect.
It's not that kind of live, Jen. That
Probably
those
a
live.
70s era. Yeah, like a 70s era kind of thing. Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
So,
real quick.
Double Trouble. I'm sorry,
Yeah,
go ahead.
real
I'm
quick.
sorry,
My
go ahead.
compressor of my AC came on. Is that loud? Can you hear that?
No, we're good.
Not at all.
All
You're
right.
good.
I just didn't want to be like bzzz the whole time.
Your
And
Eve's Artistries. It wouldn't dare. It wouldn't dare.
it's loud for me. So, but at least it's nice and cool in here. So, the studio. But
So you have an option right now.
yes, sir.
When we were talking in our interview, we said we'd come to like a crossroads at a point here. Would you like to talk a little bit about Double Trouble, Triple Treat, and Quad Squad first? Or would you like to maybe show a piece of your art or something first? And,
No, we can talk. All my peeps are in here right now.
Okay.
So
I just want to give
let's
you. All right.
let's talk. This way, you guys out there, my amazing fam, raise your hands because I'm talking about you. Let
Drop
people
her some
know.
red hearts, y'all. Drop her some red hearts.
Yeah. So, a while ago already, and you guys can correct me. A while ago, we started Quad Squad, and I absolutely love Quad Squad. So it's 4 artists. Myself, again, I'm going to say the names wrong. Coach Bull, who's in here. It's actually Coach Abel Lee, but I'll never say his name right as long as I live. Then we have Laura, who is in here, and we have
It's Crafty
MK.
Okie Mama.
Yes. So yeah, they're in here. So raise your hands, guys. There's MK Inspired Art. There he goes. There's Coach Abe Lee. Okay, he's in other ones, and then Laura Beth is the third. She's doing little hearts and smoochy faces. So yeah, so MK Inspired Art, Laura Beth, and Coach Abe Lee are the other 3. And Quad Squad's amazing because we're 4 different types of artists, right? MK and Coach work in oils, but their styles are different. Laura is a multimedia. Sometimes she brings in illustration, sometimes she brings oil, sometimes she brings acrylics. She's our multimedia person. And then he's looking at me. And sometimes, and then I'm bringing the acrylics on deck. And every month is a theme. You're killing me, Jen.
She's like, Mommy.
Every month is a theme. So I do have some pieces right here that we did. And it forces us as artists to think out of the box because it's not necessarily something that we would sign up and say, hey, I'm going to paint that. And so it's always a theme. This Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern, guys, 8 p.m. Eastern is this Saturday. We're going to be doing Quad Squad, and it's always at Eve's Artistry to come hang out with us. And we have an amazing time. And like this Saturday's theme is Alice in Wonderland.
Right on.
Yeah, so it's going to be
Cool.
really cool. And yeah, Jack Skeleton is looking at me, and I have a story about that. So some of the pieces I've done with Quad Squad, like the one time we had Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. So this is what I came up with Willy Wonka. So we have the chocolate bar, we got the
That's
elevator.
cool.
Yeah, we got Charlie's house. We got the factory going on, and like I said, this is something I would never paint if it wasn't for Quad Squad. So as artists, and you know what's really cool, Jen and Chad, is that we're inspiring other people through our themes, and other people have showed us work that they're like, oh, you did this on Quad Squad, I did it too. Because they're getting into the theme, they're getting into the ideas, and they're creating as well as us, inspiring them. And I think that's freaking, you can't get, like, that's just, yes. That's a yes across the board. That makes me very, very, very happy. So we did Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. We did Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings was another night. So I did this guy.
You shall not pass.
Exactly, Chad. So there's my wizard.
I was a stunt double.
With his staff and his sword and the I don't know. I don't know idea. Who's that guy called, Chad?
That's me.
Okay.
Gosh. Guys, duh.
I mean, obviously.
I thought this was
obviously.
you. I thought this was you.
Obviously.
Well, that's up for debate still.
Maybe they're both you. Maybe that's before the skin suit and that's after.
in and out of the skin suit right there. That's what it is.
Pre and post skin suit.
Exactly.
There you go.
Exactly. Don't unleash the beast. And then the last one for the Quad Squad, MK is a horror guy. I am not a horror person. I don't need any help in the imagination, but MK is a horror guy. And during our lives, we pick 4 ideas, the artists, and we have the people in our live vote on what we're going to do for the next Quad Squad. And he picked Nightmare on Elm Street.
Whew.
I grew up on that wonderful stuff.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, like I was saying before, here you go, I'm going to do it to you now, Jen.
You're going to give me the creeps.
Like I was saying before, I would have never painted anything like this.
Right.
So it pushes us out of our comfort zones. It inspires other people. We have an amazing time. We hang out till wee hours in the morning, and we are just arting, full-time arting. So that's this Saturday at 8 p.m. And all my awesome peeps are in here right now, so follow them, please. And yeah, so what's really cool is the events actually, like I was talking before with the MI, and sometimes it's a fight and a struggle. Doing these Quad Squads and the double trouble, and now we added a triple treat. Give me that kick that I need to get out of my own way, Give me that.
Sure.
Give me that little boost that I need to. Hey, you know what? You're going to have a good time. You're going to be with your family. You're going to be hanging out with your friends. Get your ass together.
Right? Yeah. I feel that way some days.
Yep.
Get your act together and get yourself on there. So that's what we do. And Triple Treat is Coach. And I call him McDonald. His name's not McDonald. It's MC something. I'm the worst.
That was the song lyric theme. Those were, right? Wasn't that the song lyric theme?
Exactly. So I it's not done, but we've done 2 so far. We did the one I'm going to show you. Good night, Sammy B. Thanks for stopping by. The one
Good
I
night,
want
Sammy.
to show you. And we did one on Memorial Day, and the Memorial Day one we did America the Beautiful. So we all did renditions. And I just started oil painting. I'm like my seventh painting in, and poor McDonald and Coach deal with me going, "How do you do this? How do you do that? How do you do that?"
So it's like levels though. Each of you are kind of different levels in that progression through oil painting, which is a cool thing to get to kind of observe. Is it Coach that's kind of out front?
Yeah, Coach has a little more experience than us too, and then it's McDonald, and then it's me. Can you see the Alice art again? I miss Alice. I didn't show Alice. Alice is this Saturday down the rabbit hole. So if you're a fan, come hang out with us this Saturday.
What time was that Saturday?
God, it's
7
out
Eastern.
of my head. 8 p.m. Eastern.
8 Eastern?
Eastern.
8
My bad.
p.m. Eastern. Okay. You were close, Chad. Hey, at least they weren't going to be late, brother.
Right. It's thank you so much, Cat Art. Yeah, that's 8 p.m. Eastern. And then Triple Treat, which we do, is going to be Monday. This Monday. And that's early.
Nice.
That's 7 p.m. Eastern. So, like I said, the one we did Memorial Day was America the Beautiful, and then the first one we ever did was Stairway to Heaven.
Oh, cool.
So it's not
very
done
cool.
yet. It's still kind of wet, but so this is like,
love the color.
yeah. So if you're into the oil painting and you're just starting out and you're brand spanking new at doing it, so am I. And I'm asking all sorts of questions on how to do stuff. And the gentlemen, McDonald and Coach, are absolutely amazing, and they explain everything. And I'm able to do stuff like this because of them. So 6,000%. So that's our triple treat. And then
And that's Coach and MC.
yes, Coach and MC. I did put the flowers, Cat Art. A lot of people that are in here were part of those lives, so they're asking me the questions. Triple treat is Monday at 7 p.m. Yes, thank you. See, that's why I don't need to remember stuff, because my fam's got me.
Right on.
It's perfect. So you showing
that's
off,
better than this.
yeah, you showing off Jack, and it's not that it's not a favorite painting of mine. It doesn't showcase the level of skill that I have.
I understand.
So I like Jack. I think he looks cool. I like the fact he's watching your back all the time. It's even more hysterical. You've never seen the movie.
Still have.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell's wrong with him, Eve. I don't. I have no excuse for my friend.
Next time I have 2 free hours, I'll watch it.
It's a good movie.
Oh.
Next time y'all free up 2 hours for me, I'll check it out.
I don't know what to do with you with that. So Jack, Jack is a what I call a teachable.
He had a beanstalk, right?
He had some kind of stock.
Dear Jen's looking for a new co-host after that.
between calling you Chiz and talking about stocks now, I don't maybe we got Jen all fired up right now, Chad.
Woo! Here we go.
You're off the hook today. That's awesome.
But you were saying it isn't a reflection of the talent that you have, the skills that you have, the knowledge that you have. And I think I mean, I don't have the eye to see the way y'all see art. I just don't have the experience of seeing it over and over again in that context. But I think I get the gist of what you're saying, that it isn't a demonstration. It's kind of like, I love some of the stuff that I do, the utensils and some of the other things that I do, but they don't show you the joinery that I can do, or they don't show you, like, you know what I mean? The technical aspect of some things. So I think I understand.
Yeah, it's kind of like, putting one of your spoons next to a guitar you did.
Right, exactly.
They're both amazing pieces. They both are awesome, but at the same point, one's going to show your skill set more so than the other one.
Right. Yeah,
know.
absolutely.
And I love the fact your other live, Tiffany and I really connected. I don't know if she's still in here, and because we were talking about doing paintings that we can instruct. So Facebook, I am showing things that are for the beginner. Like I keep everything very simple. And we were both talking about how you kind of get stuck in the, like, I don't know how many times Laura's turned to me and say, keep it teachable, keep it teachable, keep it, because I'll, and it's amazing about being on this app and being on TikTok is I actually get to become the learner, like with the oil painting. And I actually get to showcase some of my higher skill level stuff. And I also get to learn more things. So I'm not the one that's got to be like, all right, how am I going to instruct this? How am I going to be able to show people who don't know, that are just learning? Like, I don't, I got to keep everything in these little ways to be able to give somebody the best experience and to learn how to create themselves. Because I think everybody has the ability to create. We create on a daily basis, whether you're an artist or not. You create when you pick out your clothes. You create when you're cooking something. You create, you know what I mean? Like, there's so many of us as part of our fam, like you, Jen, who does the woodworking, and you, Chad, that does the carving, and like then I'm an acrylic painter, and then we have people that crochet and people that quilt and people that are lyrical and with the words and the music, and we're all like hanging out together, and that's freaking awesome.
It was the
Being cool.
build-up. It was the build-up, Eve. It was the build-up.
It's like I freaking love it. I just freaking I love it because we're creatives and we have a mindset and we're quirky and we're fun and we're a little tilted sometimes, but we all love each other and understand each other because of that. Really saying she diamond paints, and other people coming in saying they like expressionism, and like even if you just look at the chat right now, everybody's like, yeah, this is what I do, this is what I do, and we're all like, yeah.
Absolutely.
Do it, get it.
So here's the thing. So you're a teacher.
Yes.
I've been hanging around with you for a little while. I'm not a painter. I like building stuff. I've already got kind of a full plate. I'm not looking for a new profession or anything like that.
Right.
But I got this.
What is that?
It's a little baby things to paint.
Oh, look at you.
I got 3 brushes.
Look at you.
And I got a little canvas, and this all came from our friend who was on the show some months back, Melanie, and her sister, 33 Marikai Tales. So I have a little tiny setup. It isn't big, and this is going to hurt Chad's feelings probably because him and I have had a conversation about potentially doing this together. So you might have to assuage.
See what Laura wrote?
Laura? Let me go back. I did not see what Laura wrote. What did Laura write?
On point, because she's waiting for hers.
Yes, I did see. I do now see what Laura wrote. So
anyway, didn't mean to throw you off.
No. I'm just wondering if there might be some kind of way we could coordinate somehow, and maybe you could teach me sometime, and we'll do a live, and you'll teach me how to paint, which I've never done. So everybody should get a pretty good laugh out of it.
6,000% yes.
And if I'm not mistaken, 6 months in means that I do get like I actually earned a lesson.
Yes.
Like you're not just giving me a lesson because you're being nice to me.
Yes.
Like to my understanding, you had some regulations and some rules and stuff, and I made it through I made it through. Is that accurate?
That is accurate. So if you come in,
if it's not, I got my own stuff to use.
The fact that you're pulling out like these 3 little brushes and the little pod paints and your little canvas and you're like ready to go.
He's Boy Scout ready right now.
Not really, but I'm trying to put on a brave face.
That was my
you
elephant.
know,
Stitch sent an elephant. I had to do the elephant
I
impersonation.
saw that. I saw that. You did amazing. So is
Pretty
it
good, right?
so I don't know. Maybe we do something like that at some point, and
Well, let's
I'll
ask
be your
the
student.
millions of viewers at home. How many people want to see Jin paint something with Eve down the pipe?
Yes. My vote is in.
Yes, Chad is.
I'm also trying to work on it. It's almost finished, and you know how that is. We had an event that was going on, writing a poem for some of the stuff that's going on over in Lady Sean's corner of the world, and Devlin 313's corner of the world, and Davino's corner of the world, and Angel Tony's corner of the world. And so we're trying. I am trying to get out there into these other different communities and actually, put my money where my mouth is and try some stuff that, you know.
I got you. Yeah. So what you were saying, those of you who aren't familiar, I do the subscribers on my lives, and if you're a recurring subscriber for 6 months, you get to one-on-one with me, and we're going to do a painting from beginning to end, and I'm going to answer all your questions.
I get to what?
Not that kind of show, Jen.
Oh my God. Yeah.
He wants to get in all sorts of trouble today.
Oh, Eve. I'm glad we both
Trying
have
to
a good
outdo
sense of
me
humor.
from my earlier live today?
I don't know what he's trying to do, but
He's like, I
trying
know
to
you
do
caught
something.
two. I'm going to
I
shoot
told
for
Eve
three.
we were going to stay out on the edge. Where she's comfortable.
Yeah,
Mission accomplished.
I can't with you.
Oh, that's funny. So it'll be one person being you and one person being me, and you will be the teacher and I will be the learnee. And
Yeah.
so I guess my question is, what kind of paint is this? And does this qualify, or is this like saying I need a ride to work and I show up with like one of them little 3-wheeler things?
I can't.
Chad's like, we got to go to work today, and I show up in my little green machine.
You're coming in as the mechanical bull, like SA painted,
yeah, exactly.
showing up in a little like a cart that you're pushing like the Flintstones with your feet.
Yeah, but I got to push it with one foot.
You got a bum foot.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I will never turn around and put down the supplies that you have. But if you're going to take advantage of one-on-one with Eve, you better bring some sort of better tool with you, sir.
Okay, listen, I already took him and re-steered him away from this topic, Eve. Don't you start now.
Yeah, it's his fault.
It is 100%. I take full responsibility. Only I can be blamed. It is actually the Gin Project show, so you can't blame Chad, and you can't blame Eve. Certainly, it is not her fault.
Never my fault.
She is an innocent bystander.
Yeah. Speaking of which, though, speaking of all you guys that were interested in acrylic painting, I do my lives on Facebook, right? Those lives go to YouTube. My YouTube channel, East Creations Paint Party, which is on my profile, has 450 videos on it on how to paint.
450, y'all.
450 videos on there on how to paint. And you guys are freaking tapping the screen stellar, man. 32,000 likes. Holy crap. So the point being, though, and I kind of want to insert commercial here, is every single video uses these same paint colors, never changes, same type of paint, same paint colors, and these same exact brushes for every single video.
Like these?
Not those, Jen. Not those.
Hold on, I got another one.
You're gonna have to go get that setup that Gin has if you're gonna want to do the Eve's artist.
So,
Oh.
yeah, exactly. So, what is a Facebook? Facebook is another social media app, Rabbit. So
It's a book for your face.
right? And the reason I'm saying that is because those brushes, I put brush sets together, and it's like I said, every single video is the same exact brushes. So these would be all that you would need. You have the 1 inch flat, and I named them because I'm a dork. So this is Big Boy, like Chad, the big boy.
130 pounds of big boy.
130 pounds of big boy in the house. Get it? And then these are three fluffies. You get small, medium, and large. And then you have tiny, and you have mini me, and then you get 2 nifties. So these are Jin's specs. Right here.
Nifties.
There's his specs.
That's a custom jizz brush.
And Chad is
Tiny, but it's
120
mighty.
pounds a man and 10 pounds of trunk.
It's tiny, but it's mighty.
You
And
ever
then
seen
you
a
go-
skeleton riding a baby elephant?
Y'all are something else. Y'all stop it. Stop it.
And then you go to the big boy right here. And all I want to say, guys, is you get care instructions, you get a pouch to put them in, you get all sorts of cool things. They're very affordable. And my big boy and my fluffies are going on 9 years of use. Years. We're not talking you had it for 2
That's
months.
cool.
Fell apart. Yeah.
And you don't even have to wash them out, do you? You can just throw them down.
No, you got to take care of them. That's why I give the care instructions. And you be
The care instructions come with them.
yeah. So like this big boy is 9 years old.
Nice.
So anyway, that's the commercial for that. So if you really, really want to learn how to paint and you want to learn to get into acrylics, you don't need nothing for watching my videos. You have 450 videos, and even if you don't get the ones that I supply or have for sale, just get a few that Jin has, and a few colors, and you can do any one you want. So it's something I wholeheartedly believe in, that everybody has
That's
the
right.
power to create, and I wanted to create a space to where it would be inviting and welcoming, and it's not technical. I don't do technical. We joke all the time about having technical terms, and we're making shit up.
That's awesome.
I have all the I'm way nicer to my brushes than you are, Enigma. Yeah, well, you know, that's how you get them to last longer. It's actually not hard. It's very easy instructions. But I have all these sayings that I say, and the other thing, Jen, you were saying, bring up the merch, is I have painting shirts that I sell. So they don't have the art on them like you guys do the print screening and put the art and everything else, but mine say my sayings on them.
Nice.
So one of
The
the
more
popular,
you play, it's backwards, so my brain was taking. The more you play with with it, the bigger it gets. Right on. Oh my goodness.
you might be able to graduate.
She's right, y'all.
You might be able to graduate that little nifty into something yet, there, Jen.
Oh man, we'll sure give it a try.
Order brushes, just DM me through TikTok or any of the other platforms, and I'll give you. I have a PayPal, I have a Venmo, I have a Zelle. You know, and I can give you all the info on that. I don't want to spit numbers. We're having a good time. So, and then on the back, it just has like all my information on it. So,
Right on.
yeah, but there's all these things. The more you play with it, the bigger it gets. The more you swirl, the cleaner it gets. Leave it alone. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. I mean, like, we say all sorts of weird stuff. So,
awesome.
hi. How are you, Lyrical? You need that shirt? Absolutely, Cat Art. You just gotta,
What's up, LP?
yeah, just DM me. The shirts my niece actually makes, so they're handmade for every order.
Right on.
Every
And
every
so they needed for in order to get something like that, the brushes or the shirts, they DM you. Is that correct?
That's all there is to it. Very simple. And then I have a
Okay.
Venmo or a PayPal, or I even have a Zelle if someone's more comfortable with the Zelle.
Hey,
So
Quincy.
yeah.
Okay.
If you
What
don't
is the Zelle? Is that something that comes from the planet y'all are from?
Zelle pops up here and there. It's actually through your bank. Like
Oh, okay,
yeah.
okay, yeah, I
So
got you.
if you have like a checking account, people can transfer from bank accounts through Zelle. So you don't have to have money in the PayPal or money in the Venmo or any of those other kind
Right
of
on.
payment things. It's a
I
bank to
got you.
bank transfer.
Got you.
So
It cuts out the
exactly,
yeah,
Robert.
straight
Exactly.
bank to bank. I got you.
Straight bank
Right
to bank.
on.
So so there's that in the works. This Friday I'm teaching this one.
Oh, look at that.
That's awesome. I like
Yeah.
it a lot.
So in this one, I'm going to teach all about texture and trying like a lot of the people that try to paint, they're very like control freaks and they want every line to be perfect and every piece to be just right. And I'm like, you guys are driving me nuts with trying to do that. So we're going to do something that's completely opposite of that to make you just
That's what
start.
makes me anxious, Eve, actually. You know, like I was kidding with you when we were talking on the phone. That's what makes me anxious about it is that perfectionist, right? You start something and then your brain won't let it go. Chad knows about this sickness. And then your brain won't let it go and you're trying to finish your table and your brain's
All
over
too
here like, but
familiar.
how do you get those paints to go together?
That's why I have a saying leave it alone because I'm like leave it alone.
Let
Stop
it be,
playing
huh?
with it. You know, if you keep playing with it, you're
Ever.
gonna go blind.
What? Huh? Blind?
Let's see here.
So you don't want to do that. So those are my commercials. That's what I have. I have the brushes. I stand behind my brushes 100%. They'll last you a long time, and it's the only thing you'll ever need. And the shirts are just fun and quirky, and you know you get all these cool sayings that everyone's gonna look at you sideways about.
So let's do a little recap of this, okay? Because this is all great stuff. Um, Eve's Creations Paint Party at Gmail is your email address. Eve's Creations Paint Party is also your Facebook handle, correct? And on the YTubers, you've got 450 videos giving people instructions on how to start from the beginning. Like I think you're supposed to lick your paintbrush before you start, stuff like that.
Well, you can
Or
lick
maybe when you
something
get
before you
finished,
start. You
especially
get something
especially
before you.
on oil paint.
Wait. You're not getting away with that comment unscathed. Licking something before you start is usually a good idea. You
All
try
right,
to
you heard
sneak
it here
that in
first.
there. No, no. We're doing a whole new lesson right now, Jen.
So so you got your paintbrush and then you got whatever medium. So let me ask you this. Are you teaching how to paint with acrylics or with oils?
Acrylics. It's all acrylics, and it's the
Okay.
same paint for every painting. It's this paint
Okay.
right here.
How
Look,
do I know if the paint's acrylic?
it says it on it.
You
Oh,
gotta
I got to
taste
get a
it,
bottle
Jen.
like that?
No,
Taste it.
no. I just like things large.
So I'm supposed to taste it, and that should taste like cherries then, and that's
Yeah,
red.
exactly.
Okay. I got you. I think we're going to get this painting thing figured out. So I'm supposed to be hungry before I paint
I can't
so that I
believe
could so that I could
Harry's.
taste all the colors.
Harry's.
All right. So, Eve, if they go to Eve's Creations Paint Party at Gmail, they can contact you that way. If they go in your DMs, that's the easiest way. Just go to her bio. And can I also say out there, folks, that if you happen to be in my live, which you are right now, in my bio is a link to Eve's Artistry's Etsy page, which we haven't even talked about yet.
Yes, I have paintings here. I'm gonna go through that I want to show you that are on the Etsy. But like we were talking about before, like I said, with connecting with Tiffany and the others about like a teachable and then showing the skill set.
Yeah.
That I have them kind of in order to kind of show you
Right
again,
on.
both awesome, but again, some things showcase your level. You know what I mean? And but yeah, and it smells like blue paint, but tastes like red paint.
I just told him it
So,
must be
Eve,
purple.
I want to ask you. It's been a little while since we started. Do you need to go take a potty break? Are you comfortable? Do you need anything?
I'm
Is there
good.
any? You need a drink or something? Are you
And
straight?
I got my. Go ahead, Chad. Quality H. Do it.
I got my high quality
High
H2O.
quality H2O.
You get me every time you do that. It'll never get old. So
So
so I have artwork about showing you for Etsy, and then I still have the artwork to talk about Double Trouble. And because I think you told me to keep it brief, and I put the Fruit of the Looms on, so I'm keeping it as brief as possible.
are we gonna see those today? The Fruit
You
of the
want to
Loom?
see? You want to see
I
my
went
Fruit of the
commando.
Looms? Right
Dang
there.
it, I went
Don't do it! Don't
commando.
do it!
I wasn't prepared.
I got your
Chad
fruit
is
right
totally
here, sir.
unprepared. Chad is totally unprepared.
'Cause
I
I'm
think we got him,
free,
Eve. Our
free
objective was to make
balling.
Chad anxious. I think we might have got him, Eve.
You got him?
Oh,
I
I'm
think
in
we
the
got him.
groove.
I
I
got
think
In
your
the
we
Fruit of
got
the
him.
groove.
Looms right here, people.
I got you Fruit
Are
of
you
the
a
Looms
Hanes?
hanging.
Dad, are you a Hanes man? Are you a Hanes, or do you wear those Fruit of Looms?
I'm a little G.I. Joe right now.
Go commando.
Yeah, smooth on the front
Commando.
like G.I. Joe.
Going commando. Nice, Chad. That's why
Uh,
like, because it's, hanging. It's a big
well,
boy.
well,
How
no,
did we get here?
I just knew the camera would stay up here, so I didn't even bother with pants. I was just like, I got some house shoes, t-shirt. I'm good.
He's just
Everything
wandering around. Little old
everything
man.
stays above the.
Yeah, if my camera starts falling over, guys, y'all better be like this, or you're
I have
gonna
art
or
that was sent to me by Natasha because of a
show
faulty
below the
fly.
easel.
So we're a professional. We've been through this.
Do not show below the easel. So,
Uh,
Mr. Coach, raise your hand. We'll talk about some Double Trouble, and I'll show.
Would you like him? Do you need Coach? You want us to grab Coach, or you want us to leave Coach out there? Anything, whatever you want to do. This is your show.
I don't know if Coach is good on the fly like that. He's
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
All right.
probably made
So-
his mom sweat just saying that.
Coach, if you
Well,
want
just so
to hit
you're
the
aware,
request
you
button.
do have control. You can do what you want. I'm just letting you are aware of that.
There he is, right there. Everybody
that mean
follow
you're-
that man.
You're
Follow
good
him.
where you are, or you're good to come up, Coach.
No, he don't
A
want to.
little
He's good,
slow.
man. He's
Okay.
He's good.
He's good.
You hit the
That's what
button
I
if you
figured.
change your mind, and I'll throw you up there.
That's why it's Double Trouble. He's the double part, and I'm the trouble part. So let me show you real quick because we've painted like same with Quad Squad. I've been doing Double Trouble with Coach for an extremely long time, and again gets us out of our comfort zone. So I'm wearing I Love Nerds. Everybody I paint with is a nerd. They love all this stuff. Like MK likes the horror, and Coach likes Star Wars and stuff. So I did Ewok Village.
Nice.
Nice.
So we got the and I wanna live here. Like if I wasn't afraid of bridges, I would live here.
That wouldn't be the place to be if you don't like bridges, would it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then Coach prompted the exploding with the logs. A
Call
T
a
A T
Empire.
AT.
S T A T
AT.
A T A T.
AT.
There you go, Chad.
Yeah, I'm a nerd too.
There you
I was
go. Well,
gonna
I love
say it.
nerds. I love nerds. I got it on my shirt. I love nerds.
Nice.
Cat got you zip lining across, then you don't have to use the ladder. I like that.
Oh
Cat.
yeah,
Zing.
yeah. I don't know if you'd catch me on one of those. I'm not that. No, probably not. I'm not one to step off perfectly solid ground. You know what I'm saying?
There you go.
Not. You know, I'm good where I am. Just leave me here. And then the both of us are extreme Pink Floyd fans. So
Yes.
Oh,
we've been on a Pink Floyd kick for a while now.
I love Floyd.
First one
mhm.
I
is
love Floyd.
Oh.
Oh. Is
I
that That's awesome. That
so
was cool.
this took us a long time, and the one that he did is absolutely. Thank you for the confetti. The one that he painted, he did the cover of the Pulse album, and so I'm painting in acrylic, and he's painting in oils, and that's double trouble. So, and Laura's all
Nice.
like, Pink Floyd, oh yay, because you know she has to put up with us in our Pink Floyd.
Uh,
Laura.
My favorite part of
That's
this whole
funny.
painting is the pig because he's tiny.
oh.
He's like
Cool.
Jim.
That reminds me of SA Artistry is hiding little stuff in the paintings.
Yeah.
SA Artistry,
Little
he just
piglet.
called you a pig. I can't believe that he would say
Yo,
that
man.
right here on the show.
She'll cut me. She'll cut
Just
me, y'all.
called
Don't throw me to
SA.
SA.
He was covering up that I called him tiny, like the pig. So he had a kind
Oh,
of
man.
he had
Oh,
a divert.
man.
All right, I had to turn around and lash out at your friend SA. I see, Jizz. No big deal.
Yeah. So and then the most recent. You guys are off the hook, man. I love you guys. Freaking awesome.
Throw her right under the bus. Chad just threw oil on her and chucked her in the fire.
Just like light the match, man.
He says, I heard him.
I love you people. I
Take
love
me.
you people.
Yep. And
Sorry,
so-
Eve. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Yeah, he did. He did it on. He told me he was going to do that, Eve. He told me in the pre-show meeting, every chance he got, he was going to interrupt you.
The SA putting knives in the chat.
He was like,
There's knives. Y'all gonna get me cut, y'all. Y'all gonna get me cut.
I think I've been doing pretty good on staying on topic. Actually, I think
You are doing
You're amazing.
I
excellent.
think
You are.
we're rolling through like pretty good. Actually, like I'm
You're
doing
doing
excellent.
amazing.
not too
You're
bad.
doing
Few
fantastic.
squirrel moments, but that's okay.
No, you're doing fantastic. yes.
I'm usually the squirrel
moments
moment,
are always.
so I'm
we're always
sorry.
gonna have those. It's Chad and Gin. I mean,
Essay's throwing you like
I know.
I know.
He's
I'm
gonna
supposed
use you
to be
for
going to see her in
combos.
2 weeks. I'm a little scared now.
McDonald. I showed the bustle. So when we do Triple Treat, McDonald and Coach are huge music fans, and I love music, but I'm one of those people like I get the names wrong, I get the lyrics wrong too.
Coach is a musician. I saw him play in a gig one night. I didn't get to see the whole thing, but I got to stop in. He's incredible.
Oh,
Yes, he plays.
Yeah, he's in a
guitar.
band, Chad.
You will find him playing guitar during Double Trouble and during Quad Squad. It's like because we're just hanging out and having a good time. And McDonald is actually a huge. Essay's still throwing it at you.
She's throwing knives at me, y'all. Y'all gonna get me cut. Y'all gonna get me cut.
So McDonald picked up painting because he couldn't do his music anymore, but he's on Spotify. Like he has so many songs on Spotify. Yes, Laura, McDonald is MCTC.
really?
Yeah. So he has music on Spotify. It's really, really good. It's like old school Southern rock kind of stuff, and that's why we
Cool.
did Stairway to Heaven. But the boys were messing with me because I've sung Stairway to Heaven my whole life. I never knew the words. So there's a lyric that says, there's a bustle in your hedgerow, or
Yep.
something about a bustling hedgerow, or whatever it is. And it's never going to die.
Never.
What, the bustle in your hedgerow is never going to die?
Never going to die. Because he painted his painting, and there was like, he was doing all the lyrics, and there was a bustle in your hedgerow, and then the next line is don't be alarmed now, and they're doing the lyrics in my live, and I'm like, what are you guys talking about? And they're like, it's the song.
It's the song.
It's the song.
Oh man, that's funny.
And
Good
I'm like,
stuff.
no, it's not. And then I put the lyrics up, and I'm like, yes, it is. It's the song.
She
So-
did. She did, Adam. She was showing us a little earlier her Stairway to Heaven that she created. It was
Yes,
beautiful
yes.
color in it.
Thank you so much. Oh yeah, Adam is poking too, because during Stairway to Heaven, not only did we have bustle in your hedgerow, don't be alarmed now. For some reason, Eve kept calling it a staircase.
Oh boy.
So I did show it before.
Staircase to
I
heaven.
did call it a stairway to heaven, but during my whole entire life, I was calling it a staircase.
Cat watched you do that one.
Yeah. So you never know what's gonna. You just never know. Just never know.
It's a staircase to purgatory. It only gets you halfway there.
Yeah. And then you have to learn the lyrics to Stairway to Heaven to go
Susan
further.
Nicole, the answer to your question is this is the middle of an interview. And on the Gen Project show every Tuesday, we interview an artist from this platform. And that's what's happening right now.
Yeah.
Eve Artistry is our featured guest this week. And we are learning about her and her art and her life and her friends and having a lot of laughs. Welcome.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's exactly what's going on.
And Eve, as you all might know, has this funny thing that she does. And
Which
it's called
thi-
painting. And she does a lot of it. And she used to think she was Bob Ross. And then she learned that Bob Ross actually used oils, and she's been using acrylics for 20 years. But look
Yeah.
at this, y'all. This is, if I'm not mistaken, this is going to be, let me see if I did my homework here. This is going to be hopefully from, this is going to be from Triple Treat. It's going to be from a song lyric theme. And this is where each of you are on different levels using oil paints. Is that correct?
That's the stairway stairway one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which
This
one is this one from?
This is double trouble with Coach. This is how much Pink Floyd we've done.
Gotcha.
So this is the last one we did. I get this wrong every time too, and Coach corrects me.
Coach, which album is that?
Thank you. Because I keep saying communications, and it's not communications. It's the
Division Bell. That's dadgummit. Division Bell.
there you
I
go,
was
guys.
answering you, but my mic was on mute.
Yeah, sure, Chad. Sure you were. Sure.
My brain is on mute, so we're good. So this is the last one we did. He did the other head. He did the other head. I'm just gonna say it.
Right.
Behave,
He
Jen.
did. It wasn't me, it was Chad.
What medium is Chad? Chad is.
I said it wasn't me, it was Chad. Chad did it. Automatic. Chad did it.
I didn't do anything.
Chad works with wood, man. Coach is an oil painter. Coach is an
Scared of
oil.
oil.
And a musician.
Yes, and a very good musician. And so is McDonald. And so is MK. MK diddles with the guitar too.
Yes,
So
MK, that's how it works. Chad blames me when I'm co-hosting his show, and I blame him when he's co-hosting my show. That's why we co-host
It's
each other's
convenient.
shows.
It's convenient.
talk about double trouble.
Yes.
You guys are double trouble.
You
So
already took a name, though.
yeah, Cat Art's been waiting patiently for this one. She's been talking about the painting I'm about to show you like this whole entire time. So remember when I said it's pushing me out of my comfort zone and I'm painting things I wouldn't normally paint. I was
Yes,
watching
ma'am.
another artist and he was doing glazing, which is thin layers of acrylic paint on top of itself to where you get the tones that you're looking for. So doing that, practicing doing the glazing, which I've never really done before, I worked with this, and Cat Art has been going on and on and on about this the whole time.
Yo, the wall. We don't need no. I love it.
That is awesome.
Thank you,
And
Coach, for the confetti. Yeah, so this is the favorite Floyd one that I've done so far, and I'm pretty proud of this piece. So there's a little bit of a glare on it. There we go.
that's awesome. That's awesome, Eve. I love it. I love
Yeah. And the most stressful thing was writing this.
it. I bet. There's nowhere to hide.
Just thinking that.
Yeah.
Nowhere to hide.
Yeah. And then we were trying to figure out what's dangling out of the mouth. Because we have no idea what this is supposed to be. And then, but also on Double Trouble, like I said, I'm new to oil painting. And Coach was actually coaching me. And this is like, I think, painting number 3 with the oil painting.
Wow.
Damn.
Number 3.
3 or 4.
Did you do it left-handed too?
No, I'm just mirrored.
It's amazing.
Yeah, so this is, I forget, was it 3 or 4? Yeah, so this one was Gray Mountain. It's called Gray Mountain. It's a Bob Ross painting. And it's only because of his coaching that I was able to do this. So, yeah. So if you
Is
want
that
an
in your
oil
Etsy
painting,
store?
what?
Is that one in your Etsy store?
The oils aren't in my Etsy store. I might
Gotcha.
do a separate thing for the oils. Like I said, I'm only on like 3 or 4. I think I'm on painting like number 7 of my oils. So I don't know what I'm quite doing with the oil painting yet. So, but the other ones is the Floyd one. This guy, this is on Etsy. Like a lot of the ones I'm showing you today are on Etsy. So if you're
And it's okay. If you wanted to leave right this second, if you go to my bio, go to the link tree, scroll down, and you will find her Etsy page. I don't mind. If you could leave the live right now and go to her Etsy page, and it'd be A-okay.
Yeah, Jen, you were looking at the my Etsy page last night when we were preparing for this thing, and it was really adorable, guys, because he's on the phone with me, and I gave him my Etsy link, and during the whole conversation, all you heard was, "Wow, look at that wolf! Wow, look at that raven! Look at that crow!" Like he kept interjecting the conversation, seeing all the different paintings because there's definitely something. There's over 250 paintings on Etsy.
And they're good, and they're so diverse.
Go buy
The
one
thing
right
is,
now.
They're so diverse, Eve. There's such a wide. That's the thing that I love. That I love crows and ravens, and for whatever, that's my favorite creature. And you had one with a crow or a raven in it, and I know those are 2 different birds, but sometimes they get interchanged. But at any rate, and then there's like beach scenes, and then there was a night beach scene, and then there's daytime scenes, there's desert scenes, there's sky scenes, there's mountain scenes, it is absolutely phenomenal. It really is, Eve. It really
Yeah,
is.
Vicky's got one. Double K, Vicky, right there. She's got a painting of mine.
I don't think you get enough credit for how good your stuff is. And I know it's funny because the example that I have, I got in a raffle, one of the raffles that you used to do. And I just got lucky, kind of like with essays things, you get lucky and win a spin. And that happened to be the one available. And the funny thing is, I was so excited to get it. And for you, you said right from the beginning that, look, it doesn't really demonstrate what I do. But for me, it's more representative of this friend of mine, this artist that does this incredible stuff. And I can point and go, hey, she did that. It's cool. So go check her out.
Yeah,
So,
it was just like, I was just saying, like, I was like, if I knew you were going to show it off that much, which I love you for, and I appreciate it so much. I mean, Chad and Eugen, we've been kicking, like, I've been on TikTok for, God, 2-3 years already. And Jen, like, when you were doing the practice live with Chad to make sure your cameras were good and the different spots you're going in
that
your
was in
shot.
January. Yeah, that was January.
That was January, and and it's just been an amazing trip watching you guys grow, and watching the fam grow and the collective that you guys are building. And like, I am just so, I'm having a rough time in real life, between the mental illness and the outside factors. But I just, like I said, being on TikTok and all of you amazing people and artists, and just, I gotta, put one foot in front of the other, and the support is just astounding. And like I said, everybody coming in here, my fans in here, Laura, McDonald, Adam, Coach, Cat,
Yes.
like, I don't want to leave anybody out.
Jay.
My brain, it got only that far.
Right. Thank you, Jay. Right, right. And here's the thing, Eve. I each time I do these interviews, there's a cadre of folks that I'll usually reach out to, and hey, what do you think? Blah blah blah. Give me your thoughts, just to get a kind of a general. It's what I used to do when I wrote training programs. I would just kind of ask some basic general to get an overall impression of what's their vibe, what's their feel of a person. And the truth is, Eve, that you are adored. You are absolutely adored. And I am one of the people
Yep.
that adore you. Chad is one of the people that adores you. And I know the people here in the chat that came here with you adore you. And I can tell you that Enigma and Cat Art and the folks that you see in the chat that are shouting you out are the kind of people that know how to adore you as well. And the thing is I'm grateful to you because you were super helpful to me. You were super kind to me, and you kind of helped. I mean, if you think about it, I was only been on here since maybe September, and then I only had a business account since what was it, Chad? Like November, and then January we start doing a show, and we're in June now. And it's a thing, and I'm about to get on a plane and go to Milwaukee in 2 weeks to this huge event because of everybody on this platform coming together and getting stuff done. And you are always a part of that. You've always, as you said, literally been watching my back the whole time. Yours was one of the first pieces of art to go on the wall. So I know what more, we've got more to do, but I just hope for just a moment you get to kind of soak in some love because you deserve it. You give it out. You're so kind. You're so generous. Um, I've known you for a long time. You don't complain. You don't throw other people under the bus. You don't say ugly things about people. You just try to handle your business. And I respect you so much for that. Thank you for that.
Thanks. It's not easy. Social media will chew you up and spit you out if you let it. And and it's because of your live, the one the other week, and essay said, protect your peace, and that resonated with me so much. And I had to put mods in place, and I had to go over guidelines for my lives, because absolutely, Cat Art, no drama with me. I'm not into drama. I don't like drama. I don't like games. I am a straight shooter, and that's the same thing with you and Chad and so many others of us. We're here to have a good time. We're here to support each other. We're here to grow as individuals. and we don't need any of that. Like, that's just go
Yes.
go over
And
there and
Amen.
go bother somebody else. You know, it's you know, like Chad was saying about you, Jen. Like, how much have you, you know, you guys have been growing and building and hustling and working and doing events and keeping in touch with your people and everything else, and it's absolutely amazing. And it's like, we don't need that.
Right, right. Well, you know, the thing is, Eve, is, and that was very kind of you to say. Thank you for that. But the thing is that what I've learned in social media is it's a magnified real life, but there's no consequences. People can say or do whatever they want, and there's really no consequences for it on social media, which isn't the case growing up on the block, right? So the reality is just not feeding it. Just don't give it any energy. And those that are playing the long game end up proving themselves, prove who they are over time anyway. So it, and the other thing is, if they trip you up and they get you to make some sort of negative comment, then they've always got that. They can always go, "Oh yeah, look, well they're that way too," or whatever. And it's a trap. It really is. It's a no win trap. So just not engaging and trying to move on and take care of business and having good moderators. I know that I can speak for me and I can speak for Chad on this. I was so fortunate. Tiffany and SA Artistries were my moderators from the beginning, and Chad, Rev Art. I mean, you know, Hanson came into my very first show to try to help me get things straightened out. So I was so fortunate that the artist community literally, they just put their arms around me and said, "Hey, we're going to figure this out. Let's make it happen. We think you got a good idea." So I get a lot of credit all the time, but it really is the community, and that's the point. That is the point of it, is so that we can lift each other up. Because there have been days when I've had a tough day and somebody reached out to me and said something funny or just was kind enough to be like, "Hey, Gan, how you doing?" You know, and like, "I'm good." Just being able to say, I'm good, you know. It's just an amazing community. And unfortunately, just like with every other community, there's a few knuckleheads that roam around. But we always want to, the other thing about not engaging is you want to give people the opportunity to have some grace. You want to give people the opportunity, and I do anyway, I want to give people the opportunity to learn from their mistakes and to try to become better people. I try to do that. I've made a shit ton of mistakes and I'm trying to learn. I'm trying to get better. And every one of you helped me do that. Even the ones that are negative, because they helped me hone my game. So
Yeah,
you had a lot to do with teaching me that, though, Eve. You had a lot to do with showing me how to handle situations with grace and with kindness and and being deferential. So thank you for that. You are truly a teacher, but you're not just an English teacher or just an algebra teacher, by the way. You algebra, y'all, but you are an individual that gives of themselves, and it is 100% authentic.
thanks. I do try. Thank you for that. It is unfortunate. Social media, if you let it, will chew you up and spit you out. And you know, like, I needed you guys that day. It just happened to be the freaking universe putting you in that place you needed to be, because I was ready to just be like, with a
Right,
whole bunch of exclamation points. You know what I'm saying?
right.
And that's like the last thing you want to do. You
Uh,
know, it's like you gotta, you know, kill them with kindness, and that's why I put the mods and I did guidelines, and you know, it's a no drama thing. And you know, and you know, they try to creep in and be like, "Oh, are they going to stick to their boundary that they set?" Well, yeah, I am, you know, and like, just go away.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Get off
And
my
you've
lawn.
had, and your experience has been,
Get off my
we're
lawn.
not, get off my lawn. Well, that's the thing, right? It's your living room. Your live is kind of like your living room, and you let people in your living room you choose to. Nobody gets to dictate who comes in your living room. Nobody. That's you. You get to decide that. Oh, and by the way, they don't get to dictate what you're talking about or why you're talking about it or who you're talking to or who you're interviewing or not interviewing or whatever else. It's your shit. So
Yeah, yeah,
you do what you
and
want.
that's the thing is like people will come into your live and be like, "Oh, I painted this today, and I'm going live at this time, and I'm doing this and I'm doing that," and I'm like, "Yo, you didn't even say hi to me.
Right.
You didn't
Right.
even say hi to the person whose platform you're on right now. You know,
Right.
Uh-huh.
that has
Right.
busted their butt to get the numbers, to get the fan, to get the connections, and you're coming in here like mine from Finding Nemo. No, show a little respect, show a little conscientious like awareness for the
Yeah.
people that are putting the live on. You know, we didn't get here like, you know, being like, oh, let me go live, boop. No, there's so much stuff as creators that we do, and so
Uh,
much stuff with people that we do, and the networking and the growing and the making content and thinking of new things and support and helping people and all of that.
Yes.
And for you to come in and be like, oh, hey, do this, or oh, hey, I'm doing that. No, go do that. You know, go. But if somebody comes into my live and says, hey, Eve, how you doing? What's going on? How are you? And I'll say, oh, are you an artist? What are you working on? You know what I mean? That's
Right.
how you get the connections. You know,
Right.
so like, and that's just one thing. And I'm not going to go into a rant about social media, but that's just like show respect to the creators.
Here's something related to that. Lars, you find Lars in the chat right here. Lars is a friend of ours from way
Ours is
back,
stellar, man. He
also
is
on here.
constantly putting comments on my stuff. Like he is
But here's
out.
the thing. He's
Lars
got a
is
strategy.
great
I don't know if
A.
anybody's noticed this, but Lars is doing this from the PI right now. Well, he's from Norway, but he's in the PI and he's got spotty service. But here's how thoughtful Lars is. First, Lars came up with basically he's got like an emoji alphabet that he drops on artists, which is awesome. And now what he's been doing is he's been doing that, but he's been making a concerted effort to go to each artist page that he goes to and like 10 different things and comment. He is literally trying to work the system to figure out ways. He is spending his time and effort trying to figure out ways to help artists from the outside. As a person that comes in the lives, as a person that is a member of the artist community, he literally has been coming up with strategies for how to boost us all. And
Lars is a
that is
badass.
juxtaposed to the type of people that you're referring to, which is why we try not to give them any oxygen. Because the people out there like Lars deserve our attention. The people out there like Bob Not So Ross, for example. Bob Not So Ross has done more things for more people in a month. I don't. He must paint with both hands and never sleep. So, you know, the energy that we put into it. Hopefully is matched by the energy of the people we're putting into it for.
And I
And
and I think overall, Jen, overall, you know,
absolutely.
overall, populace wise, you know, you're generating good vibes, you're generating good people, and people find their people. You know what I mean? We
Right.
find each other.
Right.
But you get that
Right.
one turd. It's like
That just won't flush, right?
Just keep flushing and keep flushing.
it just won't go away, you know? And it's like, you know what? I'm gonna plunger your ass.
Right?
But
Right.
I just yeah, we're cruising. I just wanted to show you the basically the disparity, the variety of
Please.
the
Yes,
different
ma'am.
works on Etsy, and yeah, this is cool shit. Sorry, potty mouth.
You're allowed to say shit. It's after 9 o'clock Eastern.
Oh, is it? Is that when is it?
I don't know. I just made that up on the fly, Eve.
Yeah, I was looking at you like I don't think that's a thing.
No.
He just
It
made
is for
that
you,
shit
though.
up.
I know. Like I'm looking at him like I don't know. Is it, no.
We're going to let you slide.
Yeah, that's
We,
good.
we do
I
need
might
a
say
toilet
shit occasionally,
emoji.
too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we do.
You need a toilet emoji, right?
Vicky.
We need to get off my
Vicky.
lawn emoji. So
Yeah,
anyway,
you're
so
right.
this one
Whoa.
yeah, and I actually have pins that I give away. I put it in as you know how people put stickers and stuff into their merch for a thing.
Yeah.
So when somebody gets something from me, I had pins.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm
So
looking forward to that.
yeah, this one's on YouTube if you want to learn how to paint it. But that's a lot of fun. So
And
this
you can
is
find that at Eve's the YouTube channel. Is that also the same handle?
YouTube is Eve's Creations Paint Party.
Okay, cool.
Instagram is Eve's Creations Paint Party. Facebook is Eve's Creations Paint Party. The Etsy is Eve's Creations Art on Etsy. So everything I'm showing you is on Etsy. And I wanted to just show you what we were talking about before, the diversity and the levels. So I'm starting with this one, and this is the first one. So we're going to kick it from there. So,
All right, cool. Cool.
So,
You have the floor.
that. And then Karen was in here. She's another one. She's one of my mods. She's in love with this painting.
Oh, the fox. And is that a rabbit? Yes, it
Yeah.
is. I don't have my glasses on, but yes, it is. That's cool.
Yeah. So this is my critter. So this is called Chance Encounter because they were kind of just hanging out and met up with each other. You could say it's a little bit of a bustle in a hedgerow.
What? Not bustling hedgerows.
Yes.
Bustle in the hedgerow.
Yeah. So I don't do critters very often. I do not do animals very, very often. So
That's not what I heard.
it's Karen. Karen says I
That's
love it.
so
She's
cool.
always loved this one. And then we've got this one is one of my favorites. As you're talking before about making acrylics look like oils because of my Bob Ross not knowing he was an oil painter for 20 years.
Oh, boy.
There's this one.
Wow.
So I really love. This is one of my favorites that I've done.
Wow.
I just like the misty,
Nice.
the mist, and the
Yes.
motion that's in it. So, and this one is Misty Falls. This one's on Etsy too. So, you like this one, Double K? Yeah. This is one of my
Cool.
favorites. And then on the top of my TikTok page, I have 2 pinned pieces. Like I do the masterpiece montage and I show all the brush strokes and then it has music and then you finally get to see the painting. So the one that's pinned is this one.
Wow.
That's
That's so cool. Love the colors.
Yeah, red's my favorite color. So there's a lot
Oh,
of red.
essay. Don't cut her, essay. Don't cut her.
Yeah, so this one is called Bolt. This one's on Etsy also. Yep.
That's cool.
Yeah, I like how it's hitting the tree.
Yes. Yes.
And then
Cool.
this one is definitely making acrylics look like oils. This one is Sunrise Falls. This is the other one that's pinned to the top of my page.
Nice. Beautiful. I love it.
Yeah. So, you can see with the foliage, the water, the rocks, like how it's not oil. It looks like an oil painting. It's actually acrylic.
That's cool.
Yeah. So those are pinned to the top of my page. The one I just finished recently was this one. This is my most current work.
Oh, I love it. That's awesome. Thank y'all for all the likes. Y'all are almost.
Yeah, thank you
wow.
guys so
Thank you.
much. Thank you so much for your positive feedback and your words today and everything else. So this is my rendition of the Tree of Life. It's actually got like a universe going on, and there's metallic paint in it. But This one took a minute.
Nice. Yeah, I bet.
It took a minute. Not gonna lie.
Wow.
And then we get into stuff like this. Somebody was talking about impressionism before.
Oh man, look at that. See what I mean by all the different, just totally different type
Uh-huh.
things. It's incredible.
Yeah,
Thank
I
you,
don't
Kat.
fit into one modality at all. Like, other than really bright, cool colors. So, and this one has a lot. This one's a palette knife painting. So this whole
Right
painting was
on.
done with a palette knife. But like you
Right
were
Oh, that's cool.
saying, like if you like with Jack, I mean, you know what
Right.
I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah. I got you. Yeah, I
We
can see.
start. We
Even
started.
I can see that.
So, but it's all me.
Right. And that's what mattered to me.
Yeah, exactly. And then the last one I want to show you guys, and you know, all this is on Etsy. Go check. Even if you just go and like my shop, that helps me so much. Even if you just like the shop. Um, this is one of the last piece. This is the last piece I want to show you.
It's beautifully so
So
beautiful.
I like the whole thing with
That's really cool.
yeah, I like the whole thing with like the cosmos and nature and all
Yeah.
that kind of stuff. So
That is super dope. I
I
love it.
I know this may sound silly, but I was really eyeballing the tree bark. I
Yes, the
like.
tree bark. Oh my goodness,
Uh-huh.
dude. Looks
Wow.
like birch tree or something
Uh-huh.
in the
yeah,
bark.
it's kind of a rendition of a birch tree. The tree took me a
Oh.
minute too,
I like
Yeah.
your wood, Eve. That's beautiful.
and they're hand painted stars. They're not splatter stars. Every star is hand painted on there. Talk about wanting control. Those are all individual dots that I made because you know I'm a little bit nutty, but I like this. I
Okay.
like the shooting asteroid thing.
That's cool.
Yeah. So that's what I'm that you know so that's what I set up to show you because that's like I said there like you were saying the variety there's something that everybody's gonna fall in love with because
Right.
I have my pieces that are like this and then you have the pieces that are fun and happy and my mom there's a funny story we get in on this story my mom turned around and she was helping me at a festival right because I have some dark pieces too. I have some pieces that are on the darker side of things. And she turned around and she's looking at the all the paintings hanging up, and she's like, "How do you go from that?" Like pointing at one of my like sloth or fox or whatever. She's like, "How do you go from that to that?" And she was pointing at like a demonic one, and I'm like, "I don't know."
They're all in there.
Oh, yep.
They're all in there.
It's
Well,
all in there.
your work is amazing, and I love the fact that your style developed from someone trying to imitate Bob Ross using oil paintings, but you were using acrylics. That's just that's incredible. I love it. I
Talk
love
about a happy accident, right? Talk about a happy accident because that like thank you, McDonald. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you. You
Tell,
guys have been
tell,
absolutely amazing.
tell me this, Eve. Has there been any information that I've given out or anything that I've said that hasn't been accurate that we need to make sure we get right that you can think of?
No, the names were all good. Just think of a long ass frickin' name. But I tell everybody think of the creation story. So it's Eve's Creations Paint Party. So think of the
That's
creation
good, though.
story, and then just tack paint party on the end of it. And the reason it's like that is because my paint party business started before I did the Eve's Artistry business. So everything was already set with the paint party business, which
Sure.
And then Eve's Artistry came along to showcase my other talents. So, because I can teach a cupcake, I can't teach this.
Right, right.
I don't know where this came from.
Those are the best ones, though, right? When you don't know where they came from.
Yeah, I don't know where this came from. And then, like, if you look behind me, like, I'm working on an abstract that's massive.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
It's upside down, Eve.
You know, that's the hardest thing is when I turn around and do an abstract painting, I literally flip it around like this, like, which corner do I sign?
Yeah, like
Yeah,
Joshua
but
Maddox. Every time you turn it, it looks like a different painting.
Yeah.
Yep.
When you said before, like, my specs, I had Monmouth Museum has an international gallery show, and you have to apply to be able to submit your work to it. And two of I was in it twice for one year, and then the next year, and that was actually my abstract work. So I got to hang in the international show at the museum. So that's like that's a big accolade I'm proud of. And
That's amazing. You also raised a bunch of money for charities, painting live. You also had a showcase at TRAC, TRAC. You had your showcase or you had your art at OCAG, OCAG.
yeah, that's Ocean County Artist Guild. I did my solo show there too. I had a solo gallery show, and the solo gallery show was really cool.
Nice.
I had a chronological order of my paintings, showing the parts of my mental illness. Like, so from my darkest times into getting help for myself to where I'm at now. So that solo show was pretty amazing. I was pretty stoked about it.
Yes.
That's cool.
Yes. You also had work in the locals art space in Asbury. You also had work in Trenton Underground, which just sounds cool.
Trenton Underground is really amazing. It's a 24/7 event. It runs all weekend long, and you have, like, it is a huge warehouse of art, and they got music, and they got, like, and then it's just an absolutely, like, kind of an event. Like, it's
on.
crazy stellar. So yeah, and then the event painting, like, I do event painting, but I actually paint the event that's going on.
Right.
So I've gone to venues where, like, the band's on stage, and I'm painting the band on stage. I'm not just there painting at an event. I'm painting the event.
Right.
And then those paintings were silent auction to raise the funds for the charities. So yeah, those were cool. That was cool to do, right? Because the band, I had to take pictures of the band members beforehand, and then they saw themselves as art, and it was, like, pretty cool.
That is cool. That is very cool.
That's killer.
Yeah.
You did Atlantic Highlands. You had a piece there, or pieces there.
Yeah, I've been in a bunch of galleries.
You were in the Monmouth Museum 3 times.
Yes,
In their small work shows.
yeah, the same thing. The museum that was doing the international works for the bigger pieces, they have a small works show, which I've been in 3 times. So.
And you were in the international show twice.
Yes.
And you've been published in Soup Can Magazine. You've been published in Out and About New Jersey. And like I was saying earlier, you can find her on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Etsy, and whatever planet she's from, whatever social media they have over there.
Yeah. So I have you know, like, I don't talk much about it, but I do have the accolades under my belt. You know, the education, the exposure, being published, being in a museum show, having a solo show, like.
You got them. You're doing it. You do the damn thing.
Is Trenton Underground in New Jersey? Yes, it is, Susan.
So, Eve, do you feel like that there's anything we've missed or that we haven't gotten to yet that we wanted to make sure to cover? According to my checklist, we hit everything that I think we were supposed to hit.
And then some. Like we now know that Chad only has to have his camera waist up for a reason.
Well, I knew that. I knew that he didn't wear pants to the show most of the time.
It's a no.
It's exhilarating.
I am honestly, Jen. I am just so grateful and humbled. You gave me this opportunity, and that you're sharing my links. And I love you guys and everybody that
We
showed
love
up
you, Eve.
today from my side of the world. You guys, like,
Please follow each other.
Right
Please
there.
follow each other. We're trying to get all the families
Yeah.
to work together, to cooperate with each other, to be kind to each other. So please follow each other. There's some amazing people in all these different circles, and we can all
Yes.
work together and lift each other up. And I don't care what any of them say. I'm gonna be trying to lift Eve up because Eve is my friend. And
Word.
I don't have. And as Doc Holliday said, I don't have that many
Bars.
friends. So I very much appreciate Eve's friendship.
That's right.
Y'all, if you go to Eve's Creations Paint Party at Gmail, you can get in touch with her that way. You can go in my bio right this second, go to the link tree, scroll down, and you will find Eve's Artistry there, and that will take you directly to her Etsy account. I promise you, I don't get paid for any of it. Nothing comes to me. It's just a link to get you to her stuff. So please do so. Go check it out. If nothing else, go check out our Etsy site, give it a like, and just look around so that when you run across somebody, you can be like, oh, yeah, I saw her stuff, and it's really cool.
Yeah.
You know, you might check this out. So that's part of being a part of the community, is being able to communicate what each other's doing. So take the time, go check Eve's stuff out. You
I
won't
do
be
commission
disappointed.
work too. So if you want something done, if you want a jack skeleton, or if you want something, I do commissions. So you can DM me if you have some kind of ideas and you want something that fits whatever you're thinking. Send me a picture.
Absolutely. Chad, did you just send a hot dog? Was that
No,
you
I
there?
didn't send a
That
hot
was
dog. I sent roses.
fantastic. I didn't
Somebody else sent a hot dog.
Who's that?
I
should've.
The hot dog.
Crazies.
Oh,
I was
that
being
was
nice to Eve, you know. I was hooking her up with some roses.
Lord
You
fuck.
gotta-
They got us to 50K, guys. 50.
Amazing.
Man,
That's you,
51.1
Eve.
I'm
That's you.
showing over here, guys. Look
So-
at that, Eve. Jay.
So please support our dear friend Eve. In the future, look for coming events. Apparently, Eve is going to teach me how to paint on a live, and hopefully she'll be gentle with me. I'm fragile.
Don't be gentle with him.
She's
Did you say
speechless.
What about me says gentle?
I'm a gentle soul. I'm a gentle soul. Come on.
It's like
There we
Tina Turner said, we're gonna do it nice and rough.
Well, I've got some paint and some paintbrushes. Let's get started. All right, so look for that coming from us. Eve and I are going to do a collaboration. She's going to let me come on her show, I think is what's going to happen, and I'm going to get my
Can't do that
6-month
on
lesson,
TikTok.
which you too could get. All you got to do, go over to her page when she's doing a live, or even right now. Right now, I'll even go
Right
do it.
now.
You can hit that subscription button. And the other thing we got to remind you to do while she's in here, turn on your notifications, because when she does her double trouble, we don't know when it's going to come on. It's kind of like our flow states or something. You don't know exactly when it's going to happen, so make sure the notifications are turned on. And Eve is cool. Look, I've done it before. You can just dip by her spot real quick, say hi, throw some likes down, and dip out, and she'll be glad you came by. And it'll support what she's doing, and that's what we do. So Eve's Creations Paint Party at Gmail. You can check out her Etsy page. It's in my bio in the link. If you stick around for 6 months as a subscriber, you get a lesson and maybe even a brush, something like this. Probably better than this though. And you also need to look out in 2 weeks. I'm going to go to Milwaukee for that event. The week after that, I'm going to be in Atlanta with SA Artistries. My wife is going to go with me. She won't be on camera, but she will be there. Um, and Mr. Doty's got a lot going on. If you've got art that you've made for Mr. Doty, Chad has an address that we put in a post on my bio, and you can find that and send the art to Mr. Doty. Chad's been kind enough to reach out to a local print company and litho printing in Joplin, Missouri. And they've been kind enough to help us out, and we're going to figure out how to get all that stuff printed, and then we're going to get the art to him. And anybody that's willing to help in that process, thank you for sending your art in. We appreciate you very, very much. And Tiffany's project is going on as well. Bob Not So Raw, we're going to talk about that in a meeting right after this. And Bob Not So Ross has already done some artwork, and he's already done a post. And we're sending Tiffany from Washington to Ohio to be with Shannon the week before, during, and the week after her mastectomy and potential hysterectomy and her ongoing fight with cancer. So we all have a lot of
Your art for autism. Don't forget the art for autism.
Yes, and my trip to Milwaukee, it is absolutely amazing. They came to me with this idea about 6 months ago and laid out a plan and have implemented it along the way. And they wanted to get not so long ago, they were saying they hope to get most of it together by this show. And it looks like that is happening. So I'm looking forward to being there. Looking forward to Petra's Palettes art being on stage. And her piece of art is going to sell for thousands of dollars. And from now on, her art
Congratulations,
is going to be worth
Petra.
thousands of dollars. So
yes,
that was
it already
done.
Is. Just get the rest of the world on board.
Yes, and that was done through this community on this platform. So
that's right, Petra. Congratulations.
Petra is absolutely amazing human being, an amazing artist. And to be honest with you, if you go in her live and you sit around a little bit, when she does speak, that lady has things to say. So respect to Petra, my gratitude to her for including me in the process. Thank you, Flash, for including me in the process. I really appreciate the Southeastern Wisconsin Autism Society for sending out, for getting together with Flash and Petra and getting me an invitation to sit at the big table with the big boys. I'm not sure why I'm there. It's because of all of you. It's because of everyone there. And what I promise you I'm going to do when I get there is I'm going to tell everyone that I get the opportunity to tell about all these amazing pieces, all these amazing artists on this platform and all the amazing pieces of art that they produce. So thank everybody. You guys are amazing. It's been one hell of a week for John Doty, and we're going to keep working on that. And Eve's Artistry is an amazing human being. It was our absolute honor to have you here. I'm so proud to call you my friend. I'm so thankful for your grace and for your kindness.
Yes.
And you have my number. You know the deal. You call me anytime you need, and I will do my best to get back with you as soon as possible.
I got your number, your address, your email, your
Baby, I got your number. Don't you worry.
Definitely not hard to find.
Hey, while we're on it, make sure to go follow the Gin Project and Chad Rev Art over on the Book of Faces and over on the IGs and over on the YTs. And I think he might even have an OnlyFans. I don't know, guys.
Three of them. One for each of my personalities.
But please go follow those. Please go do it. There's some cool stuff coming over there.
Telling you.
I didn't want you to close that out without me being able to say that. It's important.
Chad, go look at my link tree, guys. You can find Chad Rev Art merch. You can find Eve's Artistry merch. You can find SA Artistry's merch. You can find links to take you to Theory Radio. You can find links to take you to Theory Radio app. And that's what we're trying to do here is build a community. Anybody that wants to get on board with us is welcome to come along. You don't have to be affiliated with anybody. You don't have to be in any agency. You just have to be a decent human being. And you
don't be an a-hole.
Right. And you gotta be willing to bring people along with you. It can't be all about you.
Nope.
All right, Eve. thank you. Anything you would like to say? You could tell me to go jump in a creek right about now.
Are you wearing a suit?
I'm gonna have to go get one on.
Or a beehole.
Chad?
That's right, Cat.
Because if
What you
you're
got?
wearing
Yeah.
a suit, that's no fun.
Gotta make sure.
I just want to shout out all the amazing people in here, and especially my quad squad and my double trouble and my triple treat of MK, Laura, Coachable, McDonald, and all of you amazing people that came in here that support me and hang out with me and do the lives with me. And I always make a video of the lives that are coming up. And if you see Eve and Art somewhere together, it's probably me.
Nice.
Come hang out. We have a good time. And I love the two of you very much so. So I'm very,
We
very
love you, Eve.
happy to.
We love you, Eve. 100%. No doubt. 100%.
You guys go buy one of her
Every day.
paintings right now.
Right now. Right
Yeah.
now.
Right now.
Yeah.
Do it.
Right now. I tell you what. Anybody who buys one of her paintings tonight, she's going to tell me you did it, and I'll send you a free print of one of mine. Go buy one of her paintings. Go buy one of her OG paintings right now.
There you go.
You heard it. You
Buy
got to buy
one
it
of her
tonight.
paintings tonight, and not only will you get a print, I'll send you a shirt.
Go
Three
buy
things.
her painting
Three
tonight.
things.
It's got to
And
happen tonight.
Tonight is going by Missouri time. It's not going by Eastern time. So
That's right. You got an extra
You got an
hour.
extra hour going on there.
8:35 here.
And if
Chaz.
you don't DM me, it just means it didn't make it to Etsy. If it didn't make it to Etsy yet, it's $50 off. So if there's something you saw today that doesn't happen to be on Etsy, DM me about it, and we'll make it happen. So
Look at that.
very cool.
And you can subscribe to her channel, stick with her for 6 months. It's very nominal fee, and you get good stuff. And you get to use some cute emojis, and you get some feedback, and it's fun. It's a lot of fun over there. I would like to say thank you also to your crew that came through. I saw them in the chat. They're always wonderful. I've seen them in your chat. Laura, it was Laura that did that. And I would like to thank the Gin Project family and the Chad Rev Art family for coming through, being so kind, gifting and sharing and liking and all of those things. And we didn't have to keep asking you to do it over and over again. You're all just amazing, and you handle your business. And thank you.
55,000.
That's you.
Yeah.
That's you. You are loved. You are loved.
Insane.
Thank you. You have a good evening. When are we going to see you next live? When's the next time you might be live?
Saturday's Quad Squad, 8 p.m. Eastern. Be there. We have a great time. So, and it's Alice in Wonderland theme. So definitely Saturday. And then
Oh, that's pretty.
Tuesday is Triple Treat at 7 p.m. So, but we'll tell you about it when you go to Quad Squad.
And hit her with the red heart,
Yeah.
Shaw. And Chad
Hit her.
Bev's going to sing us out while you're hitting her with the red hearts. Hit her with some red hearts, everybody.
Trey
Chad Rev is going to sing her out.
to you.
Thank you, everyone. Y'all are amazing. We love you, people. You're amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Happy
Thank
trail to you.
I love hearing Chad sing.
Ah.